All right, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are live. Welcome to Rogues Gallery Live, number 47. We're almost to 50, which is pretty awesome. And this is Viewer Appreciation Night. I have a little giveaway on the show as well. And we're also going to be doing a Sideshow Con New York City recap and also talking about some other statue reveals from the last week and some of the in-hand photos that collectors have been posting from this week as well. 47, we're almost to 50. Nope. Had an echo somewhere.
I cannot believe it is that big. How big exactly is that?
Sorry, guys.
Not sure what that was. But anyway, welcome everybody to the show. Let's do some introductions real quick. With us from Wayne Manor North, as always, Mr. Dan Default is with us.
Back in action. Hey, everybody. Good to be here. Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely. Making his second appearance. I'm really glad to get him back on the show. We have Eric B. in the house.
What's up, guys? Good to be back.
Nice.
Great to have you. We also have Mr. Rick Fong right below me here. How's it going, Rick?
Hey, guys. I'm doing well, Chris. Thanks for allowing me in, and I'm looking forward to tonight's show.
Absolutely. Great to have you here. We also, of course, as always, from the Secret Sanctuary, Mr. Jeff Delaney.
Hello, everybody from the center square.
I love it. I also love that CGC you have behind you. That looks awesome.
Yeah, that's Batman number 8.
You're just breaking them out. Last week was 9. This week is 8.
Yeah.
Wow, countdown.
So this one's an Infiniti cover. So they're reading Batman number 8 on the cover.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
really
awesome.
cool. Yeah, that's really cool. And then last but certainly not least, as always with us, Mr. Jeff Morris.
Good evening, everybody. I'm trying to find some information. The only thing I can find is that it's issue 1 through 11.
Yeah, there you go.
But it says it includes bonus material from other books, but it doesn't say from
What those
what.
books? Yeah.
But I know the regular Court of Owls trade paperback, the story ended like there was a lot more book in this one. So I got this.
Well, to give everybody a little context, we were talking before the show, and Dan, do you still have your books with you?
I do. Yeah.
Okay, so I asked this. I had a question about this because this is Death in the Family, and I was at a bookstore a couple weeks ago when I was in Wichita, and this is the Death of the Family book that I know. It's by Capullo and Scott Snyder, and then I saw this one on the bookshelf, and this one, and then Dan and I have the exact same books here, and I was wondering what this one was like. What this one's way thicker. It's got a lot more art, and this just has a whole bunch more story, and it's more tie-in that builds up to this finale here. And I also had the same question about Endgame because I have Endgame as well, but then I didn't realize that there were a whole bunch of additional stories, and that's what Jeff has right there. Jeff has the Court of Owls, and Jeff, you also just got the second one as well, Night of Owls.
Yeah.
And we were talking about if there were extra tie-ins and things like that. See, I'm not a guy that ever gets the individual issues very often, and so I miss out on a lot because I don't have that local comic book shop. But it's interesting that they do compile them in large editions like this. Of course, I've collected the Absolutes and the Omnibus as well, and a lot of times those stories are included in all the extra art. But so I feel like this is like a birthday present for me because I know there's going to be a whole bunch of more story that I never knew from this great storyline. This and Endgame, I'm going to go back and reread the entire thing. So I'm really excited about that. But anyway, that's basically what we were talking about off the show. And like I said, right off the bat, I want tonight to be about the viewers. I want the viewer appreciation night. I want to do a giveaway. And I basically want to highlight your questions. So the more questions, the better that you want to ask of the panel or the chat itself. So be thinking of questions. And I do want to say hello to everybody real quick as we get started. We've got Edwin Diaz here. Arkham Gaming. He says, hi, how are you guys doing? The Batman Who Laughs Sideshow premium format looks awesome. In my opinion, it looks better than Prime 1's. I like Sideshow's dynamic pose better than the straight pose. That is a great point. We will be talking about that statue for sure tonight. That was definitely a big hit for me. But anyway, Arkham Gaming, welcome. Thornton Applebottom's here. We've got Davis. You can actually catch it live. Thanks, Davis. Levi is in the house. Yep, Thursday for you, the UK.
Congratulations, Levi. It was nice to see you were appreciated in that gift. So that's awesome.
That was so cool.
Absolutely. An awesome mystery Brotherhood of the Bat member sent that to Levi, and that was awesome. So whoever you are out there, you are awesome. You are awesome. We've got Hugo Cardoso says hello. We've got Alan Kiefer. Nathan Chaffman is here. We've got Rick Cruz. Elijah Mack is here. Hello. Got Super Soldier. Yeah, sorry we were a couple minutes late. Super Soldier in the house. We got Impulse Collecting is here. We've got the Pimricas back with us again. Happy Thursday as well. They're overseas as well. We've got Collectors Therapy in the house. Hello. Let's see if there's anybody here. Daniel Jobson. Hello, Daniel. Greg Folks is in the house. We've got all of our regulars here. Benny Vogel. Hugo says BSC is late because he's making some pre-orders with the Rogues. That's probably about right.
We're all going in together on one statue, and then we're just going to rotate it around.
We've thought about that before. It's not a bad idea.
Can you? That would be, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's laughing, but that's not a bad idea.
Statue of the Month Club.
well, there's 6 of us, so if there's so we each get it for 2 months out of the year.
Man, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. Orchid Voodoo is here. Woo, finally catching one live. It's nice to have you here, Orchid. Let's see. Super Soldier says, please talk about the new Dark Side. We will. Alfonso Adam, hello. Hello, various people. I like that. That Bat in the North guy's here. It's good to have him here.
Archangel, hey man, good to see you.
Archangel's here. Dark Ranger. Let's see. Alfonso says Chris stole Eric from the comments, so now Eric's on the show. So that's even better, right? Bat Beast, what's up, Bat family? Hello to you.
Eric's crossed over to the dark side. Welcome.
Yes.
We have statues.
Let's see. We got Corvette Kids. We got Tin Man. Hello. Let's see. Make sure I don't. Emperor Collectors here. It's Black Magic. I like that. Hey, guys, first time in the live chat. Hey, thanks for being here. Joe Caramello is here. Let's see. Hugo says BSC has both Jeffs next to each other. This might end up with an epic fight for the title of Ultimate Jeff. Who's going to win?
That could get ugly.
That could get ugly. Yeah.
Sugar Shane Custom says, where's Mac at? Mac is in the process of getting a new Mac Palace. So he is absent for the last couple weeks, but he will be back, but he is busy boxing up things and getting things prepared for the new Mac Palace. So it'll be interesting. Can't wait for that. Pezcow 23, not at work. Nice to see it live. Hey, thanks for being here. There's Archangel right there.
There he is.
The man, the myth, the legend himself. Daniel Jobson is here. Corey. Let's see. Hugo Cardoso says, BSC just invented the community statue. You need to copyright it ASAP. Actually, that was Rick right there. Give him all the credit.
Yeah, we'll start off small. We'll start off with like a PVC half bust or something, and then we'll see how we manage that, and we'll work our way up to the bigger ones.
Yeah, of course. There's the shipping nightmares. That'll be the biggest scorn, but it'll be nice. All right. So basically, like I said, I want everybody to kind of control the show tonight. So with your questions that you want to know from us, so keep asking them, and that would be awesome. Levi says, got a lot of bold people in the Rogues. Better add one more to make it an even question mark.
I think you meant bald people.
The 2 center squares. We need to.
Yeah.
Group, I like it.
We're holding on tight to the. Yeah.
Yep. Less and less every year.
Less and less. It's evacuating quickly. So be careful what you wish for.
Hey, my light control right here. Levi always says 81 people watching, but only 35 likes. Come on, it's simple. Let's get those likes up. That's all.
Crack the whip, Levi.
That's right. He always does such a great job. Kyle is in the house as well. So while everybody's thinking of questions, how are you guys doing? And what's going on in the collecting world for you guys this week?
Well, we know Jeff got some trade paperbacks with it. Does those two, Jeff, that you got, or did you get any others?
I got some regular comic books last week. I did not get anything this week.
Okay.
I picked up what did I pick up today? I haven't been reading the death metal one shots, so I picked up Trinity Crisis and Speed Metal today. So I'm going to give these a try those, and then you guys know I collect the New 52 books. Occasionally, when I come across a good deal on a CGC version, I pick it up. So I got a good pickup this week. Got a great deal on this.
There you go.
Yeah, last
52.
issue. Yeah.
Yep, last issue, number 52. Got a great deal on this book. So that one's coming into the collection. So
Very cool.
yeah,
Nice.
a little at a time.
That's
No
awesome.
rush. Yeah.
I got I got Batman 100.
Oh yeah.
This is the Matina cover. Hold on, let me. Here we go.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, so I got the Matina cover. If you guys can see that, and then also, there we go. And then also, I got you guys are gonna love this. It's the 1 in 25 variant that's only been handed out to certain comic shops.
Yeah.
So I got that one.
That's nice.
The Vermejo cover, and then it's too many to show, but I'll just show it to you like this. I got the whole variant cover collection of Detective Comics 1027. So this is all of the
nice set.
Wow.
these are all the covers here, and here's a good one right there. I won't go through all of them, but here's the Bane one.
Yeah.
There's the Bane one, and then one that I know Chris will like is the Harley cover. So here's the Harley cover
Nice.
right there. So if you guys can get them. It's definitely worth getting. Every cover is absolutely fantastic. There are some I prefer more than others, but it is worth at least having it in the collection for sure.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Great pickups there.
Yep.
How about you, Jeff Delaney?
Nothing for me this week. Very sad. Sorry. I got a Batman 8 though.
Yeah. Darn right.
But that's not new.
Well, it's new to us, and thank you for sharing it with us.
So Jeff, we've gone from 9 last week to 8 this week. How low in this progression do we go?
Will we get to 1? Will we get to 1?
I used to have a 1,
Did you really?
and I foolishly sold it.
Oh my God.
I bought a restored number 1 about 6 years ago. Actually, I
Okay.
won it in a Comic Connect auction,
Okay.
and a year later, someone offered me stupid money for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would have been kind of dumb to turn it down, but it was just after that the keys exploded,
Yep.
and it's worth so much more now than it was then. I really wish I'd kept it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing just to have owned it though, right? I mean, you just have to.
It was fun. I'll show you a scan of it sometime.
Yep. Would love to see that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
this is the lowest number I have right now.
Yep. Okay.
What was that number on that one?
This is number 8.
I mean, on the number 1.
Well, it's number 1. What do you mean? Oh, you mean what's it graded?
Yeah.
It was a restored 6.0.
Wow. Wow.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it was a restored 4.5 when I bought it, but I sent it to an excellent restorer, and she bumped it up to 6.0.
Nice.
So just a little anecdote story about value and like buying something when it's in front of you. And I'm sure we all have tons of these stories. So San Diego Comic-Con 2014, end of the conference, I had my eye on a page from Tech 27, and it was part of the origin story, obviously. And it was the page where Bruce's parents get shot. And
Oh, wow.
they had the price tag on the page was $700, and it was CGC.
Oh, wow.
$700.
Wow.
A page from Tech 27 went in the Heritage auction, I think it was last year. It wasn't even a Batman page. It was an ad for some cowboy something or other. And it went almost $5,000.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, an original art from Detective 27. Gosh, I'm surprised it only went for 5,000.
Yep.
Did you see? I posted that the original art for Spider-Man 129 is going up.
Oh, not the original art. No, not the original art, Jeff. A page.
A page.
Yeah.
CGC page.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of against that.
Yeah.
There's all these guys who are buying maybe a copy that's missing one wrap.
Right.
They're disassembling the whole book.
Yeah, parting it out.
CGC'd individually.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not. It's, to me personally, having been a comic book collector for so long, it's almost like taking a section of the Mona Lisa piece by piece and going, hey, this is almost more valuable than the entire thing. No, it's not. The entire thing is more valuable than just that little bit.
Well, no. Well, I mean, they are maximizing their profits if they're starting with an incomplete copy.
Yeah.
No one's going to disassemble even a complete coverless copy because that's still incredibly valuable.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I would rather a copy of Detective 27 remain intact, even if it's missing a wrap or two, than to be completely disassembled and scattered to the winds.
Yep. Same here.
Yeah. Man, Eric, did we get to you about? Did you have anything new this week or anything coming in?
Well, I didn't get the memo that we're all showing off comic books, so my collection's
There's no memo, Eric. There's no memo. This is total free. Total free.
I'm prepared. As far as reading goes, I'm getting ready to start off Batman. Last Night on Earth? Not last night.
The Last Night on Earth.
Yeah, Last Night on Earth. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's a great read. You're gonna enjoy it.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I loved it.
I want to highlight Dylan here. It says, Chris, how was moving the Hush Ivy? Did you have to take it apart to move it or not? So the Hush Ivy, again, I can't tell you how big this thing is. I had this thing down here for 4 or 5 days, and I finally got my wife down here to see it. And she immediately says, I hate it.
Really?
And I said, why? And she said, it's too busy. She said, Ivy's beautiful. Ivy's perfect. But there's just so much going on that she didn't like it.
Wow.
And the base itself, I did take Ivy out. And the base is incredibly back heavy. The front side's not too bad, but the back side is very, very heavy. So if anybody does try to move it, really have a good hand on the back side. But I moved it in one shot, so I don't recommend trying to move it very often, though.
Was it really awkward just from the way it's shaped?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, if I grabbed it by the front, the whole thing would flip over backwards because it's so heavy in the back.
Oh wow.
And it's weird because the trunk goes in toward the front of it, so you would think it would be heavier in the front, but I think they just have it extra weighted in the back to balance it out. I think they put probably a thicker polystone in the back. It's heavy, 65 pounds.
That's heavy.
It's crazy. Let's see. Let me get kind of caught back up here. See if anybody has any questions. Let's see. Collectors Therapy says, what is the best way to ship a comic and get it CGC graded to ensure its current quality? I will defer.
I would say Dan submitted probably more. I've never submitted. I've always bought straight out.
Well, I'm sure Jeff Delaney has a better answer than me. But I will tell you a tip that I just heard that I actually tried when I sent my Three Jokers book 1 for the triple signature recently. I looked this question up and I found a tip that I thought was really a great one, and that is I put the box in the book in a Gemini mailer, right, the comic mailer, and I put a couple of extra pieces of cardboard on either side like a sandwich, taped it, and then I put pieces of a foam swimming pool noodle as bumpers on the inside of the box. And then I wrote "Do not crush" all over the book. So it made it. It got accepted, and I've had a book kicked back to me from CGC because it got crushed in the mail.
Oh, wow.
Where they didn't accept it.
I usually wait until like Comic-Con, and then I just hand it into the CGC booth.
That's the smartest way.
Safest, yeah, safest.
Yeah.
Although they don't treat the books any better over there, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
I
but
got a question for you guys. Do you guys ever get a lot of shipments or mail calls that from Italy that say Fragile on it? I get Fragile all the time.
I love it.
Jeff Delaney, what say you about shipping?
no, what you did was great. That
Yeah.
sounds perfect. I mean, never use a padded envelope. I mean,
Yeah.
you have to put it in a box. It has to be a box. But yeah, any way that you can pad it, whether it's, within either a bag and a board between pieces of cardboard and then taped, and then some people will bubble wrap around that.
Yep.
And then put it in a box, maybe with, styrofoam peanuts,
Yep.
something like that. Just people call it bomb-proof packaging.
Yeah.
Use as much tape as you want to make you feel good about it, but just make sure that it's secure and that it's not in a box that can get crushed. You want it padded with something that if something heavy comes on top of it, the box will remain intact. Some people, like me, very often will send a book to get pressed before it goes to CGC. And so in that case, the person who does the pressing often is the one who's going to submit it to CGC for you. So that's what I usually do, just in case there's any imperfections that can be pressed out.
Right.
It's also a good idea.
Smart.
That's great. Do you guys both, are you part of the subscribing service where you have to pay per year?
It's cheap. It's like $25 for
It's real cheap.
the base membership.
It's
Yeah.
worth it if you hand in a certain amount of books. Yeah.
And that gets you anything you want pretty much?
It allows
Or
you
is
to commit. It allows
Is there
you
a cap?
No, there's no cap.
There's no cap.
Submit everything you want with the $25 membership. And the higher memberships are good too, because you might pay $99, but you get like 3 free submissions with it or something.
Right.
So it pays for itself at least, if not more.
And
good
with
to
the membership, you can track your results. You can see how it's getting graded. You can see the grader notes.
Yep.
You can see the whole process of, now it's being encapsulated, now it's being graded, now it's being ready to be shipped back to you.
So with that $25, does it also cost per book to turn in?
Oh, yeah.
How much is that?
Depends on the book.
Depends on the value, depends on the age, depends on how fast you want it back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff Delaney's books cost more than ours do. Yeah, I think on average, Chris, you're probably $25 to $45, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it depends if you can have them pressed. Like CGC offers pressing. I've never used their pressing service before, but they offer pressing. I think it's $15.
Depends on the value.
Depends on the value, right?
So if I wanted to do like the 15 Fabok Joker covers, that's going to cost me about $45 per book,
Yeah.
in addition to the $25 membership.
Yep.
That's
Well-
still cheaper than eBay. I mean, or
Well,
something
actually,
like
no.
that.
With the membership, you get, Jeff, you probably know better. I think you get a certain amount of free submissions with that membership.
It depends on which tier membership you sign up for.
Okay.
If you do the $25 one, you don't get any free.
Yeah, not that.
But if
Yeah,
you do the higher one,
I usually do. I think the $100 one. I think it's 100, somewhere around there. I think you get 10 free submissions or something like that.
I'd be surprised if it's that many.
Okay.
But yeah, it's easy to find on the website.
Yeah,
That's awesome. I just want to say 108 people watching right now, so thank you very much. Levi says smash that like button, so thank you guys for doing that. Nathan's asked this a couple times. I want to make sure I get to Nathan's question. He says, what comic or character got each of you into the world of superheroes? To start, I can be pretty specific. I think 2 things I remember from my childhood. I had the Mego Batman figures. The dolls. I had Catwoman, I had Robin, I had Batman, and I had Joker and Penguin. Those are the only ones I remember having. I remember Catwoman was like the purple, weird-looking one, like the old school Catwoman. But I remember those specifically, and I remember I had a Batman puzzle that was like, and somebody had like they posted a photo of it, and I hadn't seen it in 40 plus years, but I remember those specific things that got me hooked into Batman. But that's what started it all for me. How about the rest of you guys?
Go ahead.
Okay, mine's simple. For me, it would be the '66 Adam West Batman. I can remember as a kid watching the show as a kid, and then I guess from there would be the Superman movies.
Christopher Reeve.
And then eventually the Keaton movies, and snowballed from there.
Absolutely. Dan,
Dan.
Yeah, probably similar to Eric. I'd have to say the Batman '66 reruns when I was a kid. Definitely the Christopher Reeves Superman movies were life-changing. I mean, that was just even a different level of film. I mean, hadn't seen anything like that really. I mean, it was different enough from Star Wars. It's kind of, to me, it was life-changing like Star Wars was like, wow, they can, it actually looks real that this guy's flying kind of thing. So that definitely spurred my interest. And then I was a big, I loved all the animated, the cartoons, the old Stan Lee narrated Spider-Man, cartoons. I loved the Super Friends when I was a kid, all of those things. So, and then, how old was I? I was, Batman '89 was a big one for me. That was like a lot of us. And so
there was also a Superman TV show. I forget the actor's name. Was it Reeves or something?
George Reeves. Yeah.
Yeah, the old black and white.
I love that show.
Yeah, I would even watch that as a kid.
Yep, me too.
I used to have some sort of like little film strip machine thing that would play little clips of those. Like you would push a button and it would play like a 40-second clip of those old George Reeves films.
That's cool.
So I still remember like whatever, it was like a Viewmaster, but it was like, I don't know, it was neater than a Viewmaster, but it was like played actual clips. And you could buy like a whole bunch of different, like there's like 10 you could buy and they were all different Superman clips. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, Elijah Mack is saying in the chat that Saturday morning cartoons. I mean, there were so many of them.
Yeah.
All the way down to the Wonder Twin.
Yeah.
The Super Friends.
Yeah, Super Friends, absolutely.
Start buying comics though.
What's that?
When did you start buying comics?
I started buying comics I was, 8, 10, 12 years old. Spider-Man was my favorite comic book when I was a kid. Yeah.
What about the rest of you? How old were you?
I would say probably around the same age. We had a guy around the corner from us who would sell comics out of his garage, and I can remember going there as a kid. But as a kid, you don't have that much money.
Yeah.
So you can only pick up maybe 1 or 2 comics at a time, and I could just remember that's what back then. It was actually Spider-Man. I was into Spider-Man comics.
I specifically remember 4th grade, like our grocery store. We didn't have a comic book shop, still don't, obviously, but we had a spinner rack. The magazines, you had the magazines, and right there in the corner was that spinner rack. And I started collecting Spider-Man. I collected Batman, some Superman, but I actually had a lot of Spider-Man. I never got into X-Men. I don't even think I ever bought an X-Men, but that spinner rack, probably around 4th grade for me.
Wow.
Yeah, and then once I got older, where I could afford comics, I got into the whole CGC signature series. I would have like a whole wall display of signed books and everything.
Yeah. How about you, Rick?
For me, my earliest memories were I had Iron Man issue 123, Marvel Team Up Spider-Man with Nick Fury. What else? I had a couple comic book issues, and I read those into the ground. I mean, I would go to summer camp, and I would take them, and I'd come back, and the spines were all just destroyed. So that for me, it was, and it was all over the place when it came to comic books. I was very similar to Dan. 8, 9, 10 years old. I'm mowing the lawn. Milk money, lunch money, all that stuff. I rubbed 2 nickels together to make $1 to go to the comic shop. And much like Chris, we had a Safeway across the street from my middle school. So I would go there and check the spinner rack. And they opened up a comic shop. Like literally, it was like in this outdoor strip mall. And like 20 feet on the other side was a comic book shop, and I went there, and I've basically been collecting comic books since I was like easily 8, 9, 10 years old. Characters that got me into it were much like you guys, you know, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoon, the Iron Man cartoon, you know, the original Spider-Man, you know, all those early animated adventures were really kind of what got me into it. And yeah, I haven't looked back. I've enjoyed it.
How about you, Jeff? How old were you?
Young. We used to go to the laundromat when I was a kid, and my mom would get comic books to keep me quiet. So I was probably 4. It was before I started first grade, so it was late 60s.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, comics were like 15 cents, 20 cents. So
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I started off with Archie and Richie Rich, and I remember very well. I think I was about 10 years old, and my siblings were walking to the local convenience store, which was, it wasn't a 7-Eleven. It was called U-Totem, and I have 7 siblings, so all 8 of us were going together, walking down the street to the convenience store, and my mom gave me a quarter to buy something, and of
Here
course
comes the gang.
yeah.
wow.
So there was the spinner rack right inside the door. And I bought my first superhero comic, which was Superman number 296.
Holy cow.
Which turned out to be the first of a 4 parts. They didn't really, mostly they did one and done books back then. It was a single issue story. But this was a 4-issue story from 296 to 299. And I was hooked. So that was my first superhero comic.
Do you still have it?
I have, not only do I still have it,
Yes.
but I bought another copy because mine got kind of ragged because I read it so many times. So now I've got my original copy plus a really nice copy.
Wow, that's awesome. Good for you.
The memories, right, Jeff? I mean, just the flood of memories that just come back, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I ended up having a route of that store, another U-Totem, 2 7-Elevens, and every week on weekend I'd ride my bike around all these stores to look at the spinner racks at each store. It was fun. And you'd get to know the employees, and they'd let you behind the counter and see the comics they hadn't put on the spinner rack yet. I was a major school.
Oh wow.
Have any of you ever had a spinner rack? Like I see they come up for sale every once in a while. Is that something you would ever put in your collection just to have that vintage look?
Comic book guys like doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the guys they've actually come out with a CGC spinner rack, so you can you can get a spinner rack that'll hold CGCs.
I thought about that myself.
So I you know what, I kind of like the displays on the wall because it just reminds me so much of going to the cash register and just seeing all the stuff behind, you know, just up on the wall. I think for me personally, I think the spinner rack is more nostalgia, really.
Yeah, it's so cool.
You know,
did everybody have a chance to answer that question about what started them off?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris, did you see Dark Ranger's question?
Right there. I was just going back to it. So, Dark Ranger says, here's a question for the panel since we're kind of on the topic. Name one favorite collectible you used to have and wished you still did.
Wow.
For me, it's easy. It's either the Batman one that I mentioned, but I also had a Superman one, and I sold that too. So I wish I had those.
A Superman one, like Action Comics one?
No, Superman one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, which is actually a pretty tough book to find.
Yeah.
It's one of the more rare keys.
Uh-huh.
So collectible from when you're younger, or any collectible from recent statue?
I think anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime.
I'd probably say that Batman premium format sitting behind Chris's shoulder there.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of regret that one.
So this was Eric's Batman right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Eric.
You shouldn't have given that up, Eric. Man.
I wouldn't mind having that back.
It's right here next. Yeah, I love it. And it pairs. I have a Jim Lee picture behind him, and it pairs well with it. So shame for shame.
recently sold my Batman versus Superman diorama by Sideshow. That's one I kind of miss. Good piece.
I think if I was going to say something from my childhood, I would probably say my original Castle Grayskull. That to this date was my favorite gift as a kid. Like I got that under the tree Christmas morning, and I don't know. I think that would be really cool to still have that piece. I think comic book wise, I used to have, and it's probably not even worth anything, but I always, as a kid, thought it would be worth a lot someday. I had G.I. Joe #1.
It's worth a couple dollars.
Yeah. And I always had that in really good condition. I think I sold it at a garage, or my mom sold it at a garage sale for $0.25. You know, it's that sort of thing. But those are the two that stick out in my mind. How about the rest of you guys?
I would say for me, two things. One, I had an original $6 Million Man action figure doll. It was like the real big one, and you could look through his eye.
Oh yeah.
And it was the red suit. It was the red track suit. I had that one, and I played with that thing into the ground.
Did you have the Bigfoot?
No, I didn't have the Bigfoot. But I saw it. I did see the Bigfoot, but no, I didn't have it. And then I also have the original Millennium Falcon, all in one piece. All its, I had all its pieces, the game deck table, and there you go, Champ. Yeah. Look at that! Wow,
that's cool.
Yeah. Man, but you have the suit. You have the suit, not the track. You don't have the track suit. That's just like, is that his regular
track suit?
That is the tracksuit?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I remember mine, he had the stripes. He had like almost the Adidas stripes on his, but
I think this is the suit that it came with.
Yeah.
So.
Memory is a funny thing. But yeah, no, man, that's awesome.
I can't believe you had that. That's so awesome.
My mom kept a lot of my stuff. One of the things that I wish it was the Corgi 1966 Batmobile. It was made out of metal, and it was maybe that.
That's awesome.
Those things were crazy. They had the rocket launchers. The saw came out of the front.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if I've ever seen it. That's neat. Let's see. How about you, Dan? Or did you already go? No, you haven't gone yet.
Yeah, so years ago, I went through a period where I was collecting movie props. And I've since kind of divested of those. But I had one that I wish I hadn't parted with. And I had I'm a huge Steven Spielberg fan, all things Spielberg movies. And I had an Indiana Jones fedora that was made, the company that made the fedoras in England was Herbert Johnson, and the man that made the hats for the movie, I bought a hat made by that same individual.
Wow!
I had that hat in my collection, and he used the molds that he used for the movie, the whole bit. And he's since passed away, and I had sold the hat, and I really wish I had the hat back.
Oh man!
Yeah, not many of the other collectibles do I miss that much, but that I wish I had.
That's probably a pretty rare.
It's pretty rare. Yeah.
Do you have your Indiana Jones statue still, Dan?
I do. Yeah, I have the Sideshow Raiders of the Lost Ark statue downstairs. Yep.
That's awesome.
Different room because it's worlds colliding. I can't have it in the Batman room, but
Oh.
I want to make sure Jeff saw this. My only question is, why is Secret Sanctuary Jeff so awesome? I didn't know if you saw that up on the screen there.
It's the hair.
Comment there.
It's the hair. He has quite the pompadour going.
Thank you very much.
Let's see. Who else do we miss? Did we get everybody?
I think we did.
Okay.
And as far as Reclaimer goes, the only reason I'm looking like Sinbad is the collar of my sweatshirt. It's just the collar. It was just something I happened to be wearing. So no particular reason.
right,
Let's
see. Here's another question I missed. Let's see. Hugo says, never mind the budget. What is your holy grail in terms of statue collecting?
Wow.
Statue.
No budget. I also want to give a shout out to 135 right now. Thank you guys very much. Regardless of budget.
So
one piece.
One piece?
I think I'm going to go big.
Uh-oh.
I think I'm going to go 89 Batmobile.
89 Batmobile.
And what scale? Which scale?
1-1.
Oh. 89 Batmobile.
You did go big.
I went big. I think that would be like the best to be able just to like have that in the garage and maybe drive around the block a couple times a year or something.
For going full scale, I want Bruce Wayne's mansion.
Yeah, right.
That'd be all right.
That would be fun.
We did a little a deal at work where we had this. We had a whole bunch of counselors together in this circle at our board office, and they asked. That was one of the kind of the warm up question is what's your dream car? And everybody's saying, Corvette or, Mustang or whatever. And I said 89 Batmobile. That's exactly what I said. So
it's built on a Corvette.
And everybody went, they kind of just nodded like, yep, that would be a pretty awesome car to have.
I think for me, I don't know if you guys saw this or if you've ever seen pictures, but for me, there's in the DC Comics or DC movie offices, and also Kevin Smith did a show there. I think it was like maybe the Arrow universe or something. Anyways, they had this full size Batfleck, Gal Gadot statue, and Henry Cavill. It was full 1-for-1 size. I want that the Ben Affleck Batman. It was a full size. That's what I would want. Yeah.
So the one where he's kind of like at an angle. He's kind of. I think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I would like. And it was behind him, so he was like talking and interviewing people, and the three of them were behind him, and he had he had Harley's baseball bat there on display as well. And I would love to have that Batman statue. Yeah, that's what I would want.
Be cool.
I know what I want. But this isn't a. This is a if space was no object choice. We went to Ireland a couple of years ago. And we were in Dublin, and we went into a shop, kind of a collectibles shop, and I went downstairs, and there was a Hulk, and it was very much like the Hulk maquette that Dan and I have right behind Dan there, but it was about 12 feet tall.
Wow!
And it was awesome.
There's a comic shop, Jeff, half hour from my house that has it on the roof of the shop. I know what you're talking about. I'm going to send you a picture.
Yeah.
Next time.
Jeff, did you ever see my video when I went to that comic book shop in San Antonio?
I don't think so.
There's a full size Hulk like that in the store. I'm wondering if it's the same one.
It could be. If it was a lot like the maquette, it probably is.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
There's a gym down the block from me that also has a similar Hulk like that, full scale. Same thing. The same.
That would be fun to have that.
I'll have to see the picture.
It'd be great.
Oh man,
that'd be cool. That'd be a cool one.
You ever go to that the wax museum in New York? Was it Madam?
I did when I was there last year. I did.
They have like a full size Hulk wax figure, right?
Yeah, they had Hulk and they had Thor and they had Captain Marvel. They had a bunch there. They were all Marvel ones. It was neat though.
Yeah,
it was neat.
Yeah.
Who did we miss?
I'll go. So I would love a piece of original Jim Lee art. Would be awesome.
I'm right there with you, Dan.
Yeah,
right there with you.
That would be cool.
Do you have a preference on what it would be of?
Oh, sure.
I mean, if you're going to spend the money.
Yeah, I mean something. If something from Hush would be just fine.
Yeah.
My favorite Jim Lee storyline, or even honestly a piece of Greg Capullo New 52 Batman art. I've seen a couple come up, but they're they're tons of money, and B, they're not terribly appealing pages. I mean they're for sale for a reason, I guess. But
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: so, would you rather have an original Hush drawing, or a personalized drawing by Jim Lee specifically to you?
Original art.
Original art.
Yeah, the original art for a whole bunch of reasons, but yeah, the original art.
Yeah, cool.
Is there a particular page from Hush
Oh my goodness!
or cover?
It's the advertisement page.
Well, now that I'm getting the statue, I kind of feel like I need the Batcave page there. That panel would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know off the top of my head which page that is, but oh, there you go, Chris.
There you go.
That's got to be one that you'd have to have.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Such a good cover. But there's a whole bunch of good pages. I mean, a good page is a lot of good covers.
There's a whole bunch.
Ooh, so many.
Yep.
I like the cover of the first issue with the foot swinging in.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a great cover.
Yep.
Hey, when Ryan showed the original painting for that Wonder Woman cover he did last week,
Yeah.
I was like, how much is that?
Yeah, right.
It was really, really nice.
I was shocked that was done traditional paint.
Yeah,
I thought for sure that was a digital image.
that was beautiful.
Yeah, the use of light in that painting was unbelievable.
Oh
Really.
my God. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it again. If you guys missed that episode last week, please do your favor. He shines so much light on the process of creating art and creating 3D art. Like it was outstanding. So if you missed that episode, please check it out with artist Ryan Brown. And again, I want to thank Ryan for being on. And he has told me that he would like to be back on whenever he has more to show, especially from Prime 1, whenever he has the renders revealed and things, he'd really like to come back on and talk about it. So stay tuned to that. I thought that was really awesome.
Yeah, I would love to see that. The only other artist I've seen do that is J. Scott Campbell. When he does the Disney line, he shows those like renders from like different angles, and it's really cool to see the whole process of like how you got to capture it from every single little angle.
That's so cool. So cool. Let's
There's
see.
a few other questions, Chris, earlier in the group, like I apologize if I butcher this, but the Pamericas, they asked,
I think.
Enrico, yeah. If all of us were to start collecting today with no history of statue collecting, like today was day one for all of us, what would be our first PO?
Oh, wow.
But we know what we know now going in.
Yeah.
That's important.
And would it be like what's available now to buy?
Well, if it's our first PO, yeah, I would say what's out there that we can buy. Yes, what's out there.
Or what we already own. It could be one piece that we already own.
I would say we have to have the knowledge, knowing going in that we have now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So knowing what we know now over the years, but we were collecting today, like today was day, like today we are going to PO.
Yeah.
What would we do?
Okay.
Yeah.
Samurai Batman.
Wow.
Okay.
I would do Batfleck half scale, and I have that. It would either be that one or half scale Nightmare where he's wearing the trench coat. One of those two for sure.
So I'm a 1/4 collector. I think I would probably dive into the 1/3 world, which I'm tempted to do every day as it is.
Yeah, I think if I had to choose from what's available for PO and what's available to ship right now, I would probably pick that Hush Batcave statue as my first one.
Well, the fabric. The fabric's nice.
Yep, fabric is nice.
I want to know how tall that thing is with
That's-
that swept cape.
It's got to be 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Did you see that video I shared this week on that piece? It looked really good.
It did look really good.
Big.
Gosh, I think if I'm going to pick one, gosh, there's so many. The one that's coming to mind is the Vermejo Joker.
Those in-hand picks look pretty good.
They do.
They do.
Yeah.
They really do.
Production looks as good as Proto in that one.
With the matching Vermejo Batman.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't believe how much taller that was. I thought it'd be
I was
very
shocked.
similar.
You know, what that tells me is Noel is going to be quite a bit taller than the Joker.
Yeah, I think so too. And
Yeah.
that worried me a little bit. I was really shocked because I thought they were about the same, but having the cape off of it in that photo, it made a big difference, I think.
So any of you guys that have the current Noel, are you tempted to switch over to the new one, the Vermejo? Damn piece.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Noel right here. I'm kind of tempted. I love the detail. If that piece was in the same pose as this one, it'd be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I worry about the pose a little bit. I like the way that Noel is kind of standing up to all, on that gargoyle. I don't know.
One thing that surprised me about the Vermejo Joker from those in-hand picks, he's really kind of looking down.
Yeah, he is.
You're not going to be able to display that in the bottom shelf, I don't think.
Which that's an issue for me, but it is because I have my idea was on a little bit of a lower shelf, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that now. I might have to switch it up.
Yeah, that worries me as well. And I don't know. I love my Noel, but it's also one that I've had for a while, and I don't know if I'm going to have to, down the road, replace it with something else because of space. I don't know. Like if I get the Fabric Batman,
Right.
I don't know if I want to have like 3 Batmans in that display with my villains. I want to have like one Batman.
Does
I just don't
anybody
know.
have Damned on pre-order or ordered? Anybody on the panel?
Nope.
No.
No.
I do like it.
Yeah. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead.
I like it. I like it a lot. But
very
I like my Noel too.
Yeah, right. Me too.
Yeah, I like how it looks. It presents well, but it wasn't like, oh my god, I got it. It didn't trigger that for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in connection to that one, Dan Blaster asks the question. We can segue easily into that and also keep it connected. He asks, when did we start statue collecting? When we started statue collecting, did we individually make a rule for ourselves on which statues we would purchase? On which statues, we would purchase, and has that rule been broken, and what piece broke it? So like for Chris, he's the Batman statue collector. I'm only buying Batman, and he shows up with Gambit. He shows up with all these random ones. Granted, it's the evolution of the channel, but yeah, like what was a piece that broke it?
Like for me in recent memory, the one that comes to mind, I think somebody else also asked the question about like what else do we collect outside of our collection?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that was I did a video a little over a year ago. I got the Captain Hook premium format from Sideshow Collectibles. We're big Disney fans, and that's one that's been on my radar for a really long time. And Jason over in Australia hooked me up with that piece, and I'm really glad I got that. But that did definitely break my rule of only getting Batman. And like you said, I have done some things for the channel to offer some variety as well, some other pieces to kind of feature. But those are out of the norm. I do still focus on the Batman, but there are pieces that are definitely tempting, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think for me, I never really set forth a rule. I was just like, I'm just going to get what I like. I'm going to get what I'm attracted to. And for the most part, I've been really good. I have, I've liked Hellboy. I got the Sideshow Hellboy statue from a few years ago, which was like rated one of the best in that year it was released. I have a Nick Fury statue. I have a whole bunch of Wolverine and X-Men. But the 95% of my collection is Batman, and I haven't veered from that for the most part. So what I do, the Iron Mans and the Emergency alert.
Emergency broadcast alert.
Yep.
Trump's push the button.
The emergency broadcasting system would like to let you all know that zombies have invaded.
Hey, it's 2020. I wouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah, right. It's the next thing. So, for me, it's just been remaining consistent. I have my Batman room. I have an area of Iron Man. I have a section for X-Men. So I haven't ventured out. So I think I haven't broken a rule that I've kind of set for myself. Jeff, what about you?
Which Jeff?
Center Square. Center Square, Jeff.
Center Square. I've only been collecting for 4 or 5 years. And I got very excited when I first started buying quarter scale. Mm-hmm. And I bought the XM Shibumi, which is an absolutely beautiful piece, but I'd never read that manga. I know nothing about the character, and it is very comfortable in a box in my storage locker at the moment because I quickly ran out of room. And it was the first one that I removed to make room for something that I did care more about. But man, that's a beautiful statue, but I don't know who he is. And so, I displayed it for like a year, but it's in a box at the moment.
That sound was an Amber Alert.
Wow, that's why it was.
A non-custodial father has taken his 2 kids in my area. So
Levi, real quick, here in the States, I know you're in the UK, but here in the States, they have a system in place called the emergency broadcasting system. It comes over the TV and the phones when there's a nationwide or sometimes a regional alert to make people aware of flooding or weather. Usually it's weather related. Sometimes it's power. Like
we get tornadoes. That's what we get.
Exactly. But they also do Amber Alerts, and the Amber Alerts actually came out of a situation many years ago of a little girl was kidnapped, and she ended up getting killed, and her name was Amber, and her father pursued the government to have that added to the emergency broadcast system. So that's what that was.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's see who's next.
Levi wants to know what cities we've been to and why were we there?
I'll go last. I've been to a lot.
Yeah, I say I've been to many countries, but the ones that stand out to me, I've been to Italy. I've been to Switzerland. I have been to Paris, France. We actually got engaged in Italy. We got engaged in Florence, so that was pretty awesome.
Oh, where in Florence, Chris?
Where in Florence? On one of the bridges there. I can't think of the name of the famous bridge that's there, but it's the one right next to it.
That
It's funny because
had a lot of traffic.
Not that one.
Yeah, the bridge with all the traffic. There was all these people, and I haven't really ever told this story, but I knew I was going to propose to my wife somewhere on that trip. So I had a ring. I had a ring in my pocket. We were in Rome for like 5 days. I had my ring in my pocket, and I didn't know where I was going to propose, and Vatican wasn't right, and then we go to the Trevi Fountain, that wasn't right, and then we took this train from Rome all the way up to Paris, but we stopped at Florence for the day, and we went to the museum and saw the David, and they wand my pocket. And they're like, okay, what is this? And I was trying to be discreet, I got a ring in my pocket here, I don't. So my wife didn't, or my girlfriend at the time didn't know. And then we were walking and we saw this bridge, and it was really cool. And the bridge across from there have these little triangles that go off the bridge. You can actually hop off the bridge onto these triangles. A lot of people picnic on there and stuff like that. Yep. But one of those little triangles is where I proposed. So that was my little European proposal there. But sorry, that was a lot of information you probably didn't want to know. How about the rest of you guys?
Dan, what about you?
Yeah, I've been fortunate in my career. I've had the opportunity to travel all over the world a lot. I can tell you that some of my favorite places. I love Australia. Been all over Australia. China was wonderful. I had the opportunity to spend some time in China. Brazil, all over the place. But yeah, everywhere, and that's some.
I'm jealous of both of those. I'd like to do China and Australia.
Yep. Eric, what about you?
I'm just going to jump back to the first question, the last question, actually, real quick. In terms of mistakes in collecting, because I didn't answer it. When I first started off collecting, I picked up everything. I collected Marvel, I collected DC. It was mainly based off of because I liked all the Marvel movies out at the time. Mm-hmm. And I found out that over like a year's time or even 6 months' time, I would look at the statues and say, why do I have this piece? I have no connection to it.
Yeah.
So I was constantly selling things off. So I'm currently in my second phase of collecting, what I like to call, and I realize my true passion is Batman and the Justice League. So that's my focus now, is collecting strictly Batman and then Justice League followed by that. In terms of traveling, I don't like to fly. I hate flying. I have problems on planes because I get too drunk, and the only place I've ever been is Aruba for my honeymoon. And I'm luckily I made it there because they almost threw me out of the airport for that one. Yeah, I don't like heights. I don't like flying.
We need to give you some of that Mr. T milk.
There you go.
Oh man, yeah, toughen you up. Jeff, what about you? Corner square, not center square. Corner square.
Corners.
I have not been out of the country.
Really?
I'm with you.
I hate to fly.
Yeah. You do?
I hate heights. I hate flying.
Wow.
It takes a lot of alcohol to get me.
Hey, you guys could be twinsies on the plane.
We're like the A team with BA brackets. We gotta like inject them with a serum.
Yep.
I require a very attentive babysitter. The last time I flew, I pulled the padding off of the armrest. We were coming from Chicago back in I think it was coming like a snowstorm, and the plane was all this turbulence, and I had taken 3 or 4 Xanax and drank a 6-pack of beer in the morning and got on the plane. And by the time we got there, I had pulled a quarter of the padding off the armrest with my fingernails. So it's like,
yeah, you don't want to fly with me then, because I remember flying into LA once, and we hit a really bad patch of turbulence, and this lady was sitting next to me, and we went up and went down, and she like grabbed my forearm and just dug into it. She's like, oh my god. And I just turned to her with like this crazy look and was just like, we gotta go, let's, there's no way better than this. And she just freaked out. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. Just, so I would totally mess with you, Jeff, if that happened.
I always say
one of us would not come off the plane alive.
Every passenger on an airplane should have a parachute. I would feel a lot safer if I had a parachute. I would have a better chance of jumping off the plane living.
Yeah, Greg Folk says Jeff turning green like the Hulk and tearing his apart.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna open the window. I said, don't you dare open that fucking window.
What about you, Jeff, center square?
I've only traveled to a few other countries. We went to Cancun for our honeymoon. We go up to British Columbia, Canada every summer for a week or two. We didn't go this summer for the first time in 25 years. And then, like I said earlier, we went to Ireland a few years ago. I'm really into family history. And one branch from my family came from Wexford, Ireland in 1847. And so I was able to visit the very small, very beautiful graveyard where his parents and siblings are buried. And that was a really, really cool moment. Just this absolutely enormous headstone with tons of writing about many people in the family. was just this awesome cemetery with a cow pasture and the behind it, and it was awesome.
Wow, sweet.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So for me, I lived in Sydney, Australia for several years. Was there during the Olympics. Was there during the Millennium. So I lived there. Much like Dan, I've been all over Australia. I'm familiar with Sydney like the back of my hand. Been to Perth, Melbourne, Adelaide, the Gold Coast. I know Australia very well, having lived there. Been all over Europe, Brussels, Prague, UK, Ireland, Germany, Italy. I've been to Italy I've been to Italy a lot. Even the double digits. I've been to Italy in double digits. Closest thing to South America was actually I've been to Mexico, been to Canada several times. South America, no, but I have been to Central America once. And the only really places in the world I haven't been to Russia, and I haven't been to Asia. Outside of that, I've been pretty much everywhere.
Cool.
That's awesome. Well,
Very cool.
Well traveled. I'm like a lot of you. Like, I don't like to fly, but I will fly to get there. Like, I want to still go to these places, but I do not enjoy the flying process. But anyways, sounds like, has everybody answered? I think everybody's answered.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot one.
Okay.
I went to Japan.
Oh, wow.
My wife is in an Irish band, and for 5 years running, they were hired to tour U.S. military bases during the week leading up to St. Patty's Day. So each year she was able to bring one other person with her. So she brought her dad 1 year, her mom 1 year, her sister 1 year, and I went 1 year. And that was a blast. That was really fun.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to give a real quick shout out to Jim Mint Collectibles. Jim's in the house. Hey, Jim. Hope you're doing well. Back from Sideshow Con. You lucky duck. I tell you.
Before we get into that, I actually wanted to run a question by you guys, all of you, and also with our watchers. And it's a question I've been thinking about for quite a while now. Do you guys think that there has been a overload of Batman stuff in the market? Batman Funko Pops, Batman black and white statues, Batman, 1/3, Batman Haskell, like, do you think there's a heavy saturation of Batman out there in the market?
Well, it sure makes it easier for me, or sort of easier, I suppose. There's definitely an oversaturation. It just goes to show you how popular the character is. People are clearly buying Batman.
The demand is there.
Yeah.
Yes, from all of us, from and everything. But I mean, for me, I don't want it to reach a point where there's so much that it turns you off.
Yeah, I think Batman's enjoyed a lot of kind of momentum building too over the last long time now. I mean, if you think about really since the '89 films came out, I mean, was followed up by the Nolan trilogy, right, which gave Batman a ton of momentum. And then right after that, 2011, you've got Capullo and Snyder launch into New 52 Batman, which raised Batman like this too, all new interest in that. And so I think, and in the middle of that too, 2008, you had Hush story come out. So you had a lot of big Batman milestones that I think kind of pushed Batman to the forefront. Matter of fact, I was just hearing somebody say this, I don't know, some social media, just this week, saying how, Batman's really the face of DC now rather than Superman, this shift. And so I think it's their lead character. It's the face of that entity. So too much? I mean, in certain it depends. The good news is there's something for everybody, depending on what style of Batman appeals to you.
I also think it has the most extensive rogues gallery. So if you look at those rogues keep Batman going. If it, I feel like, I don't know how many rogues Superman has, but it doesn't feel like he has a handful that I can like name off.
Yeah.
What?
I said not at the level Batman does.
Yeah, like I feel like there's a handful that I can name, and so I don't know if that gets repetitive in people's minds, but I guess it probably does at the same time because Joker's been around for 80 years or whatever. but I do think that the villains help extend that popularity as well.
You know where I think that derives from? If you look at the Golden Age, Superman was fighting the war.
Yeah.
There are a ton of war covers on Action Comics and Superman.
Yep.
There's only a handful on the Batman title, and there are 0 on Detective. So Batman, they were writing villains for him, but the Nazis and the Japanese were the villains for Superman.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was like Superman was more of a Superman was like, and I'm saying this loosely, but Superman at the time and where he was birthed out of with his origin and whatnot was the immigrant comes to America. He's defending America against the evil foes. Whereas with Batman was more of like a homegrown protector kind of thing. Yeah.
Jeff, Jeff Delaney, back in the day, do you have any kind of knowledge around did the Batman comics kind of outsell Superman at any point, like after the war years, or?
I haven't heard about after the war years. I don't know, to be honest. I do know that there was a stretch where Captain Marvel was outselling both of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, Captain Marvel Adventures went to twice a month for several years.
Wow.
He was hugely popular, which is why Golden Age collectors are so reticent to call him Shazam because
Shazam.
Yeah.
crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
He was Captain Marvel, I think, when I was a kid. It was not Shazam.
Well, when they brought him back, when DC brought him back, I think it was like 1974. They had that 20-cent Shazam.
Yeah.
He was already Shazam there. I mean, they didn't call that comic Captain Marvel. So I'm not sure exactly when that happened, but yeah. And I think Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are the only 3 characters that survived the Golden Age continuously. They're the only titles that were continuously published from when they started up until now.
Wow.
Yeah. Everything else was canceled in the 50s when you had the Comics Code Authority hearings and the Wortham hearings. I don't know if you guys know about Wortham. He was a professor who claimed that comics were destroying the minds of our youth, and that's why for so many years we had that Comics Code Authority stamp on the top right corner of your comics, because of congressional hearings back then. But yeah, because of that, the hobby went to a lot more towards westerns and romance, and for some bizarre reason, horror.
Yeah.
There are some brutally horrific images in some 1950s horror comics. It's amazing.
Huh.
One of the most popular ones is a severed woman's head. You see a man's hand lifting a manhole cover, and he's dropping the severed head of his wife into the manhole cover.
Oh, nice.
While her body lays in the street beyond.
Nice.
And this is like it's like 1953.
Yeah, but regarding Batman versus Superman in the comics, it feels like a lot of the Batman stories are more focused on just the Joker, to where he has a lot of villains, but they don't usually focus on all those other villains, to where there's only a few Superman villains, but they never tap into them. Like, I would love to see more like Brainiac stories, or like Doomsday stories, but I guess because the whole detective part, it just adds more to the story. They focus more on the Batman side than they do the Superman stories. I don't know.
Well, they had a couple years ago. I want to say 2 years ago, they had the Riddler. I think it was in Batman, I think, and the Riddler was behind a lot of the stuff.
Hush is like that.
Yeah, so I actually might have been what? Huh?
The jokes and riddles.
New 52 is like that.
Yeah, it was the Riddler versus the Joker, I think, or something like that. Yeah. So they have made other villains of the Rogues prominent, and I do like what they've been doing with the Penguin lately. Is they've been keeping him in the background as more of a information broker.
Yeah, but the majority is the Joker.
Yes,
the true carries him.
I do want to bring up the point. Somebody did mention also the Arkham games. I do feel like that really helped propel the popularity too for maybe even a younger generation.
Yes.
Because obviously the kids are playing these games. And I feel like that block of 4 games especially really did a lot for Batman, I think.
No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those Arkham games are great, and they just got better and better. Origins, maybe, but the Rocksteady ones, oh man, they were fantastic.
Yeah, they were good. Do you guys want to switch over and look at some photos?
Yes.
Yeah, let's definitely do that.
Definitely.
Okay. All right, let me get rid of that. Let's look at photos. All right. Let's start with this guy.
Wow. Going big right out of the blocks.
Going big right out of the box. This, of course, we're going to be kind of a Sideshow Con recap. Also have some other things to look at that have been revealed over the last week or so. This was by far the biggest hit, I think, for me for the whole week. I'm very excited about this. I own the Prime One Piece, and I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites, but I will be buying this one as well. It'll be going in my case. This one is Raph Grassetti, which is awesome. We featured him on the channel not too long ago. But what do you guys think of this piece?
I think it's great.
I like it, but he looks like he's like playing air guitar, and he really I think they could have. Yes, exactly, and I think they could have done a better positioning of the pose. However, the pose right there, as how they have it with the chains and everything, does fit the character. I think there is a panel. I think there is a panel that does match that position. So it is very respectful to the depiction of him in the book. So that I like and appreciate. But it just looks like he's playing an air guitar.
Yeah, that's that's the
that we
variant
talked about.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing?
No.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing. But to me, it doesn't make it. And this is just my opinion, but to me, it doesn't make it of interest to get. That's all. That's just me.
Would
So
it be
let me
out of character
my
for him to
thought.
collect it?
I think that there's going to be a separate piece with 3 Robins on it.
3 Robins, really?
I think that they'll do like
That's a big
for
proximity.
some reason, I think it'll be a whole separate premium format or another. But I have a feeling that's going to connect to the base because that to me looks like it's one piece of 2, or maybe separate. But it looks like a platform that there may be another piece come off of it for them.
Yeah.
So I agree with
Rick.
Rick.
That look of the pose he's in to them.
Yeah, I agree with Rick. He does look like he's playing the guitar. I'm actually the one that photoshopped him with the guitar.
Yeah.
But, in the stories, that's where they're leaning towards now. They're calling it death metal. They're advertising them as like this rock and roll type group. So
Edgy, yeah.
I guess it works. I mean,
the interesting thing that some people pointed out is the art. This pose and this art is actually Gabriel Delato. Very, very similar look. And so a lot of people noticed that. So it's interesting. I don't know if Raph was inspired by that art or if he did his own thing, but it's interesting.
It's the exact same thing, Chris.
Yeah.
It's the exact same pose. I'm really surprised that they're not somehow crediting Delato with it. It's a variant cover for Batman Who Laughs 1, and it's exact same pose.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they will credit him when we
Maybe it's
details.
Yeah, I hope so.
So the base
hope so
is
too.
it's Batgirl, Nightwing, and Red Hood.
Yes.
Yeah,
I believe
Batgirl.
that's what they said in the.
But I don't pick out Red Hood that often. Where's Red Hood? On the left there?
He's on
Yeah,
here.
here.
Yeah, he's over here. So
That's
When they turned it, you could see a little better because it almost looks like Hawkman.
Yeah,
It does.
I
Yeah.
was joking around saying the middle one kind of looks like the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. I thought Batgirl
Yeah,
was
it's got like his
Flash.
beak.
I think the concept of the base is cool, though.
Yeah,
I do too.
it's very different. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The pose
Who's all
doesn't
buying this
bother
one
me at
day
all.
one?
Sorry, Jeff. What did you say?
The pose doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
No.
I think I've only just started reading stories with this or comics with this character, and it doesn't seem out of character for him to strike that kind of pose.
Right.
Exactly. It doesn't. It's not out of character at all. But it's different looking at it on a panel on paper and then seeing it in 3D.
That's where they're going with it. It's death metal. So
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think I think it will be a proximity piece with probably one Robin.
I
it
agree.
would be
Yeah,
cool
I
with
think
him
that would
having
maybe be an EX.
Maybe they will. Maybe it will be the exclusive, but I was thinking that it would be a whole nother, $700 premium format with 3 tiny ones around it.
with the hand like that. I almost feel like he's going to be holding something in his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the chains for the Robins.
Maybe like a Robin head or something. I don't know.
Well, if those chains are loose and they're not fixed, then you could just wrap the hook chain, the hook, within his fingers or something. Uh-oh, Levi is saying we have 200 views.
Or it'll be a proximity piece.
Oh,
We got 200 live viewers.
we have 206 in the chat.
How many?
206.
Oh my gosh, that means I got to give away the statue.
211.
Well, I have another art print I can give away, so that's no problem. I'm happy to give away another art print.
Okay, art print giveaway statue. Man, we're gonna. Oh, thank you guys for being here. That's awesome. I'm just gonna say this about this piece. This is a day one pre-order for me. Who else is getting it?
I'm very, very close, Chris. For me, it's I just need to identify a spot in my collection for him. I'm kind of to that point from a space standpoint. I've got to be, pretty particular about space. So, but I like him a lot. I mean, I very likely will be getting this one.
Damn, that's a 2021 problem.
That's
All right, so Chris, is
Well,
that
let's move
going
on
to
to this
go
guy.
in your PF collection? Okay. Chris, is that going to go in your PF collection if you pick that up? The Batman Who Laughs?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, the Batman Who Laughs is going in my case. It'll definitely be the most modern character in there. Since we're not getting a scare or a penguin or a Riddler or blah blah blah.
Two-Face.
Professor Pig or anybody else, yeah.
I will say this: that I shared this with you guys, but I did hit up Daniel Bell, and I said, we kind of missed you at Sideshow Con this year. We didn't really see any of your pieces. Do you have anything for Spooktacular? And that they said that they are finalizing some pieces. Have to get approval and all that stuff. So. Maybe we'll see something in Spooktacular, maybe 12 Days of Sideshow. But I have a feeling we're definitely going to see a vintage villain. But who knows when that'll be. Don't quit holding your breath, folks.
So, Chris, would you buy the Prime 1 third scale penguin?
It's on my list, yes.
It's on your list.
Here's the question.
My goal,
Why did they make
my
a
goal-
Batman Who Laughs and not the rest of the rogues?
Right, I know, and that's the thing is, but obviously they're trying to capitalize on the popularity of the character,
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
and that it's going to be a moneymaker for them. So it's smart business.
It's also a gamble because you don't know if he's going to be around next year. So unless they have some insider information knowing he's going to be around.
I think he's so popular that he'll be around for a while.
Yeah.
I think it's also testing the waters because if he does well in selling, if the character does well in selling, then they say, hey, hang on a second, let's introduce another character from one of his minions, or let's introduce another villain from that metal universe. So I think it's I mean, to me, the quality in this one right here is fantastic. It's amazing to me. So I think that they're going to try another one outside of this as well, but they're testing the waters with this one first.
Yeah.
I keep looking back and saying, why are they not testing the waters with already established characters like
Yeah.
Scarface, Riddler, Penguin?
I don't
I mean,
Because
as
Metal's
well as
such a
the
newer
other
story.
characters have sold for them with Scarecrow and Mr. Freeze,
Right.
it seems like a no-brainer
Yeah.
because those went,
They sold out.
yeah,
Yep.
hard to get.
But
Yep.
but I do think that those two pieces in particular was Sideshow testing the waters on two established characters that kind of goes back what Dave Igo says. They were kind of these monster type characters. Two-Face would be a monster type character. Riddler would not. Penguin could be, I guess you could. It really depends on what you present them. So Sideshow's MO are to create monsters, or because monster characters will sell. Then those two obviously pass the test, and now maybe Sideshow is now saying, okay, now sculpt these characters. Maybe we're just trying to catch up. You know what I mean?
Plus, the other theory I had is I would imagine the licensing fee on the newer characters is cheaper
Yeah.
to compared to the older characters.
Yeah. Because they don't have a long established history.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. That's a good point, Eric.
Yeah.
keep in mind, guys,
All right,
that Scarecrow and Mr. Freeze were very successful, but those edition sizes were small.
Yep.
Yeah.
Talking about the 500 exclusive.
Yeah.
So just because they did well doesn't mean that they necessarily want to jump on a Riddler that might sell the same numbers. I don't think that they're playing it safe with Batman Who Laughs at all. I think you're going to see a really high ES on that piece, and they're going to make a heck of a lot of money. And it's much less of a risk than the more established characters.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Actually,
I agree. Let's go ahead and move on to this
a
next
lot
piece.
of horror fans will jump on that because he's kind of broken outside
Yep,
comic book.
totally true.
yeah.
Yeah.
And newer fans.
Yeah.
100%. This is a variant that they also showed of the original black version. I know our good friend Jeff Morris purchased this Batman statue. So congratulations to you. What do you guys think about the fact that they did a repaint?
Not a fan. No, not a fan at all. The blue is too bright for the overall, like the black version, the original, the OG version. Oh man, perfect. Could not be any better. And everything just really, like, you can see the utility belt has seen, time and weather and it's awesome. Whereas this one, it's just a bit on the shiny side. And the blue is just I think the blue should be a little darker. It's just a bit bright for me.
All right, so I'm with Rick, but for different reasons. I feel I like the blue and gray Batman, but I feel like it doesn't work with this modern design. He has, the armored gauntlets. Kind of looks like he has some electronic stuff going on. He has the tactical boots. I don't picture tactical boots being blue. I like blue and gray Batman, but on this piece, I feel like it doesn't work. But
Yeah, right there with you, Eric.
So Jeff, you did buy this one. Yeah, Jeff, you did buy this one. Why did it sell you for this one?
The colors.
You like the brighter colors. Yeah,
I like the colors.
I don't know.
I actually like the one of the first things I noticed was the difference in the color blue from a kind of a traditional blue and gray Batman. And I think if, using blue on a newer tactical suit, if you will, I like the idea they went with a different blue. Like, you know what I mean? I just think it's a different type of suit, different type of blue. To me, it kind of, that helped it make sense in my mind. In other words, if you went with the traditional blue, which isn't, this is a richer, deeper blue.
Yeah, it's like
I
a
think
cobalt.
if you would have gone with a traditional blue, it wouldn't have looked right. To me, this looks like if you're going to put blue on a new take of a suit, this makes sense to me.
I will add this too,
good,
that everybody thought that this was an exact copy of the OG, but the Batman emblem is the classic emblem. On the black version, it's the full chest black. So it is a different sculpt in a sense of the upper torso is a little different.
I
And also the belt
The
buckle.
damage on the armor is different. On the chest, the damage and scuffs are
So does
different.
this come with those big batarangs?
No,
It doesn't. No.
no
So
no
that-
pizza
that would-
cutter.
I didn't realize that, Jeff, but like the one I have has that big cat scratch
Yeah.
across the front.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is a very different chest.
And also the belt buckle too. The belt buckle insignia matches with his chest, just like the OG. The OG matches. The two of them match on the OG, which is different from this variant one.
So there are some differences.
I like it overall. I just don't. I feel like the gloves and the boots don't fit the color.
Yeah.
I said, the worst thing is if I get it and it comes and I have to send it back.
Well, I think you're gonna like it. Just the overall design is really great on that statue. So
I sent the two pictures from the pre-order pictures of the upper area, and you can see I put them in the group chat, but the damage is a little bit different in each one of them. Different, like the big Catwoman scratches don't seem to be visible on the blue gray version.
I say, go with the blue wedding dress, Batman.
I agree. I think
on that one.
I'm almost tempted to pick that up.
I do think
actually.
Jeff's going to really like this in hand. I think he'll really like it.
Yeah.
I think it looked really bright.
Well, let's move on to
the
this.
live
This
thing. That's crazy. She looks insane.
I love this. I absolutely love this.
Yeah. I do too. This is the life-size Harley Quinn bust. You guys know that I have the two original OG pieces. I do feel like this actually fits better with those two pieces than the newer Joker. But yeah, what do you guys think about this?
I love it. I really do. I just wish that the I don't know, the horns, I guess, of the Harlequin mask or whatever. I can't, they look puffy to me, almost like it's like there's padding.
Yeah.
I hopefully it's not padding and there's actually some firmness and it's molded to it.
That's cool.
Yeah, sculpted. Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, it's sculpted.
No, I agree. It looks puffy.
Yeah.
but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but I face wise, man, they nailed it. I mean, she really does that. She does have that off kilter, quality.
I don't know. Was it in the group? I read the comments where some people were thinking that it looked like Angelina Jolie, but somebody else said that it looks like Daisy Ridley.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah, I see.
I mean, it
Ridley.
looks like Daisy Ridley almost.
I see Margot Robbie. I see Margot Robbie myself.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
I am going to be getting this bust, and I think I'm going to get Harley as well. I don't know exactly how I'm going to arrange them, but I do like them a lot.
I've
I
heard
really like this piece. I think it's probably one of the best busts Sideshow has done in terms of the face.
Yeah.
I agree with Rick. The horns or the jester hat, it does look a little poofy. Her bust section, I know, got a few complaints. It looks kind of weird, but I think it looks okay because it's how she is. She doesn't have arms. It makes me appreciate the newer Joker bust more. With this picture, I think she actually does match with the older Joker bust as well. So, I mean, overall, I don't know. I love it.
is her neck too long?
Question.
It looks a little long.
Here's a question: is the newer Joker bust not white enough in the face? Is he too gray looking?
I asked. I don't know if
really
Jim,
different.
I don't know if Jim is in the chat still. I asked him because he was there, and I asked him because it looked really gray to me.
Yeah.
Like if it was oversprayed, and he said it looks really good in person. So that was enough for me. But I went back to the prototype pictures, and he's this same color in the prototype pictures. Like he is not white, but it is kind of a grayed out look.
Yeah.
But I still think that's phenomenal. I love it.
Yeah, I like it either way.
And they said it's glass eyes on these, right?
I don't know.
It looks like it.
I know that they said that these were like real eyelashes. I think they actually put real eyelashes on here.
We'll see what the production piece looks like.
Yeah.
Wow.
She seemed to outshine him there on their video. I mean, she really upstaged the Joker.
Yeah.
That Joker piece.
Yep. And I like how they put her arms back, like she's got her arms back behind her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a good move for a bust. I like that.
And these seem so affordable now compared to what we're
Yeah,
getting.
right.
I know. Yeah. But anyway, I'm excited about those. I think they're really awesome. And I do think that looks good with the OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Let's move on to Black Canary. This was another premium format reveal. It kind of came out of nowhere. What do you guys think of Black Canary?
I think this is a better one than the Art Germ one from a couple weeks ago. I think this one is way better.
Better than the
I
Prime.
do too.
Agree.
The Prime 1 pose is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
it
it's
is.
cartoony. It's cartoony looking.
Yeah. I'll be getting this one.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
well,
love this one.
Yeah, Green Arrow needs to have her nearby.
Who was the actress? I can't remember the actress's name that I.
oh,
the show?
Natalie Dormer, Jeff.
Yeah, she was. Oh crap!
The Game of Thrones.
Henry VIII show.
Yeah, he was in
and Game of Thrones, The Tudors.
Tutors.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
She was Anne Boleyn,
Anne Boleyn. Yep, exactly.
and then she was on Game of Thrones.
Yep.
I love this portrait.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Jeff just wants that angle right there.
What was the exclusive on this? Did they say?
They have
not
I don't
enough.
know. I love the purple paint
Yep.
they did because it looked like there was a purple light source
Yeah,
coming from somewhere.
yeah.
I thought it was part of the graffiti, to be honest.
I thought it was too, or
But it's on her boots and stuff. So
yeah,
Right?
because
It's
it goes
definitely a
all
light
the way
source.
up from
unless
the,
somebody vandalized her boots with the,
You know what? They used that same effect on the what was the other statue? No, I've got Doomsday on the brain. Who did they announce the big villain?
Dark Side.
Darkseid.
Yeah,
In Darkseid's hand, they did the same thing. They kind of illuminated his hand with the orange paint.
Yes.
Really cool.
Yeah.
We'll get to that here in just a second. I think he's coming up. Oh, right there he is, right there.
There you go.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
And that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is sculpted by
Going
Martine
down the
Canali.
arm.
This is Martine Canali. Some people said it's he had a bag. He had his hand in a bag of Cheetos. Which
Have
I
you
thought
guys
was
seen
pretty
the
fun.
commercial where they do the blue light and it's like all on their fingers and it's around the guy's mouth? That's
Yeah.
so like,
you know what I can't figure out? Does that hand light up or is it painted and just the spotlight's hitting it from above?
It's painted.
Okay.
Yeah, it's painted. What do you guys think of this piece? Like, I feel like it's really good, but I feel like it's kind of cartoony to me.
I agree, Chris. I completely agree.
yeah.
Cartoony.
I
Yeah,
think a switch out portrait will solve that problem.
Yeah.
I like
That's
the
a good
base.
point, Jeff.
I like the base. I like the texture and the wrinkles all throughout the suit. I like the layering of the loincloth.
hmm
I like the paint job. But yeah, when you look at the portrait, it does look a little cartoonish.
I think his
How long has that character been around, and who created it?
It's been around since Forever People #1, which is like 1971, and that's New God stuff. So is that Kirby?
I think it'd be Jack Kirby.
Face reminded me of some Kirby
It
art.
looks a little Kirby.
Yeah, and I wondered if maybe that was why he's kind of blocky looking.
But I bet we get a switch out portrait, and I bet we get a switch out hand holding a mother box.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
How much do you think he'll be?
800.
He's a maquette, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. 800. He does look good. I mean, the colors are good.
It is an improvement.
JLA display.
Yeah, there you go.
It's cool. base.
This
I
was
would have been
another.
more excited with the Brainiac, but to go with the Superman.
That's kind of what we were thinking behind the scenes. We were thinking maybe a Brainiac.
We needed a Brainiac.
But Brainiac,
This is
isn't Brainiac more of a Superman villain than a Justice League villain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superman, yes, but he has attacked the Justice League on occasion.
Yeah.
I was hoping that it would match with that base, and there would be some tentacle
that Superman base
work going on. That's a great base on the Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That'd be cool. This was another reveal. This is 1/3 scale Iron Studios. Obviously, we have two other incredible versions from Prime One and Queen Studios. This is from Iron Studios, 1/3, but this is fully sculpted. So if you don't like the cut and sew elements, this could be an option. What do you guys think of this piece? I think it's good. I don't know if it's great, but I feel like it's good.
That they let school out for summer, and he's the first kid walking out the door.
Yeah, I'm hearing that. Who's saying that? School's out for summer. Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
Yeah. Yep. That's what it looks like to me.
What I heard the minute I saw this.
Yeah.
I'm usually all one for fully sculpted, but I feel like when it comes to the movie pieces, it works better with the mixed media fabric on this.
Yeah.
Did you guys see I don't know if you have the picture of it. They released that one where you're sitting down smoking, the cigarette with the rooted hair now.
Who did that?
Oh, I didn't see the rooted hair.
You have that? I don't know. Yeah, they just released that, I think today or yesterday.
We're sitting in front of the mirror.
Yeah, we're sitting in front of the mirror, and he's missing, you know what? But now they have a picture of him with the rooted hair. It looks pretty good too.
Okay.
Man, everybody made one.
I feel like the likeness is here for this one.
It's good if you want fully sculpted. Yeah.
You have plenty of choices when it comes to this character.
Yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
This was a Wolverine revealed on day one. Kind of goes with Sabretooth. What do you guys think of this premium format?
Yeah, we talked about that. It's just weird. It's weird to. I think you said it, Chris. I think you said it, or maybe Eric said it last time. Was that with the two of them together, Sabretooth and this Wolverine one, they pair well, great. But I don't think that the Wolverine would be as
A standalone piece.
correct.
No.
Correct. The pose is just too off. It really is.
Even if you face them towards each other, I think you're gonna miss Wolverine's. It's like turning him towards his backside.
Yep.
Yeah. Not a lot of pose options here.
That became the king of memes this week.
Yes, it did.
It's amazing sculpt though. I can't deny that.
It is.
I think that would have been cool if they could have worked that into another one of their battle dioramas.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the snow, rocks, and worked it to where they actually could be seen
All right, so
from one angle.
I have a question. Would you pick this up, or would you pick up the original premium format brown version?
Which one? The with the ninjas? This one?
No, he had Sideshow did an original premium format where he's also on a snow base. It's a samurai. He had like the samurai sword exclusive. He's like stepping on
A little bridge.
Yeah, I used
or
to
a
actually.
little something. That one looked really
Yeah,
good.
this one?
It had a lot of complaints with the face. Yeah, there you go. You
Yeah,
got
that one. I would do that one.
All right.
Yeah, I would do that one in a heartbeat because of the arrows and I mean that to me is more of a Wolverine pose, like an authentic Wolverine pose. Whereas this one, his head is turned, but his body is facing a different direction. I think if they'd have turned him at the waist and his head and his head and upper torso were facing the same direction, then we'd be talking about something of interest.
Yeah.
I still like the Logan one better.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that Logan one is pretty badass.
I love that.
I like the last PF.
Yeah,
Yeah,
last PS2,
Sentinel hand?
and that was wrapped ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
was
one's
on the where it's in the Sentinel hand.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I had that one and sold it.
yeah. That one's
was a
awesome. That's a
great
great piece to have.
We got to see the Poison Ivy from Tweeterhead. They didn't spend a lot of time on her in the videos, unfortunately, but I do think she looks good.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Big piece.
They delivered on that one.
Yeah, they did. Chad should be really, really proud.
She is sold like
Yeah, I think he said that the exclusive, like a couple days ago, that he had like 10 left.
Yeah.
And so it's probably sold out by now.
fast. So
But I know the regular is still available at Sideshow, but the exclusive's probably gone. This was a PCF, if I remember right.
Frank Stallone.
That's hilarious.
comes with
That is
download
funny.
and he's staying alive.
Third scale piece. I think it looks okay.
It is Frank Stallone.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
It's
looks
very
more
hard
like
to beat.
Frank than Sly. It really does.
I think it looks good from the neck down, but and I said this last week when we showed it, is that when you have K.A. Kim sculpting Rocky, it's hard to meet that threshold.
yeah.
But this one, I don't know, it doesn't look quite right to me. There was a comparison of this, and I'm not sure if it's an official render or not, but of a Rocky 3, where the portrait looked way better. That was on Facebook today.
He looks a little tired.
This was another reveal toward the end of the week. This is from The Mandalorian. I'm pretty ho-hum about this one. What do you guys think?
Right there with you, Chris. Very ho-hum. It just looks very basic and plain.
I feel like... Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
I think they wanted to pair it with the Mandalorian. He has a simple walking pose. So if you position her to his left, she's looking at him. But I agree, it doesn't have a lot of energy with it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how he was on the show. So you didn't have
I absolutely love Sideshow, but I feel like one of their biggest weaknesses is actor likenesses. And I just feel like it's whenever you're going up, like you said, against K.A. Kim and some of these other companies that are sculpting these near masterpieces, it makes these look. It's just hard to see these, in comparison.
Whoever did the Jason Momoa should have sculpted her face.
Good point, Jeff. Excellent.
That one
that
is on the money.
Yes, that one is the one exception I can really think of. That it's perfect.
It's the best actual likeness that they've ever done. And I'd hope that was start them being able to do that and pull it off. But this is like not even close.
The other good one they did was the, I'm going to get the name wrong, but Jin Erso.
Yes.
Jin Erso?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very good.
That was
That
really
was
good.
good. That
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah.
There's the base. I thought it was just simple but nice. Anyway, we'll move on. Some production photos. Say that again.
It's going to sell well. It's not going to sell like the Mandalorian, but they're going to do well with it.
Yeah, I think so. These are production photos of the child. I have this one coming to our house. I think it looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I think it looks good.
Even my wife can't wait.
There you go. I know my wife's very excited about it.
Yeah.
It's got that real hair. So really cool. This was another piece revealed by PCS. This is 1/3 scale. Whenever I first saw it, I immediately said I think I like it a lot better than the Prime 1 piece. Now I'm not so sure. But it is massive, and it does look cool. What do you guys think of this piece?
I like it. I just don't like the I just don't like the free symbiote stuff off of his back and his arms. But outside of that, I actually really like it. Yeah.
So what scale is this? 1/3?
Yeah.
Third. Yeah.
1/3. And what was the prime one? 1/4, right?
Third.
It's like the size of a 1/3.
Yeah, I think it was 1/4, but I think it was the size.
Quarter scale, but it was as big as a 1/3.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It
That
seems
does look
like
big
it
with
might be prone to turn over.
I personally go with the prime
Seem
one.
to be really small.
I'm not a fan. It's all right.
I think the sculpt's pretty good. Just I don't know, something about it.
Yeah.
The head looks small.
It does. Now that you mention it, Jeff, especially from that angle, yeah, the head does look a little small.
Between
compared to his
Venom
bicep
and
here in the
the
front.
prime one Venom, it doesn't compare to it.
Yeah.
No. I'm not a big Venom fan, but I did get to see the Prime one
Yeah, me too.
in person, and it's pretty epic
Yeah.
in person, and proportion, it looked perfect.
This is another 1/3 scale piece. This is M. Bison from Street Fighter, and this is also PCS. And I think this thing's awesome. I think it's really good. I got them mixed in. These are all PCS from Street Fighter.
That's a fun piece.
Who's that?
This one. I don't know these characters.
I think Bison looks good. Think how big that is. That's 1/3. That's big.
That's huge.
Yep.
A big
Yeah,
character.
I like it. I think the energy in his hand. I think it would have been definitely giving color to contrast to the blue is great. I mean, sorry, to his red costume is fantastic. I think that they could have mixed in a bit of pink or purple into that blue to just show a level of intensity. But that's just me being a little bit of a nitpicking on that. But it looks great. It really does.
I know that they have maybe 2 or 3 other 1/3 scale pieces right now. So I know that people that are collecting that line will probably pick him up too, but I wanted to throw him in here. For the 6 collectors, we have a new Gambit. Is this one you'd pick up, Jeff?
Media? Chris?
What'd you say?
Is that jacket mixed media? It looks it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's mixed media. This is a 3rd or a 6 scale.
Yeah, it looks nice. Yeah. For 6 scale, it looks nice.
Hard to compete with the statue.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Looks like some pretty boy.
statue's flawless.
Yep. Flawless.
Yeah. We'll move on from that. We also had another sort of repaint, I guess. This kind of started the week as well. The Mark 43.
So I actually had a question about this. They haven't shown this because the Mark 42 comes with the open face mask where you see
Oh yeah,
what this face is, face.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. I wonder if this is going to come with that now.
I'm guessing not.
Probably not. Yeah.
The only thing different on this is the base. It had some like rebar thing or a gate or something. It's not on this piece. This is the version I wish they had at the beginning, because I like this paint scheme.
Did he wear this in the movie? Or no?
It's repainted. It's the Mark 40?
43.
Mark 43.
This is the 43. The 42 was the old
It was
version,
the 42 original.
but it came with an open portrait of Downey
Yeah.
Jr.
The suits are the same. The first version had more gold from Iron Man 2
Mm-hmm.
than the same suit
Mostly gold.
with more red was Age of Ultron.
So the Tony Stark was that the exclusive, that portrait?
No, it
Yes.
just came with it. It was a limited edition of 3,000, and they all came with the Tony Stark portrait.
That's right.
That's why I'm curious to see if this is going to come with that same portrait now.
I just
And
wonder if like the Batman repaint that's coming without it's exclusive. Maybe this is coming without that portrait.
Could be. We got some offerings from Iron Studios. This is 1/10 scale. I wanted to highlight the Troll. That thing is massive.
Massive.
Just massive at 1/10.
Looks cool.
It does look cool.
It's got a
I was
massive
impressed.
price too.
Yeah. Was it like $700 or something like that?
Yeah.
For 1/10, guys, 1/10.
That's crazy.
Those
Think of
other
that.
two pieces are really nice too.
They are. I think I got some more photos of.
Sale prices have become not affordable.
Yeah.
They started out
especially that
under
one.
$100, and now $700.
Big. I threw this one in. This one didn't get a lot of love at first. This is the first time we've seen him at a convention. I do think he looks good. I don't think he's great, but I do think he looks good. Did this convention sell you any more on this piece, or did it just confirm what you thought before?
No, I'm not sold.
Not sold. Yeah.
I like the grays and blues that they chose. I just feel like that portrait, it lacks the detail that we're used to getting from a Batman portrait.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
of course,
I agree.
yeah, and you either buy into the cape or you don't.
If this had a different portrait, I would buy this.
And that's the prototype. So imagine what the production is. Overall, I like it. I'm almost a lot of the pieces I hate at first, I end up liking in the end. So I have a feeling it's going to grow on me. I don't mind the cape being too long. The face does look a little strange, and the pose feels a little bit off, but I do like the pose. And I don't know. It might be something I pick up down the road if I see it in person.
I feel like the
yeah.
shoulder's head and where the bat signal is, the anatomy seems off.
Yeah,
Just a little.
anatomy is definitely off.
The ab crunch.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that if you tried.
No. And if you could not get your head and that neck in that position.
You know what?
And
But you're
Jeff,
not Batman.
He's
Jeff,
pushing his shoulders back, right? He's pushing his shoulders back and sucking in his gut at the same time. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I totally disagree with you guys. You can absolutely accomplish this if you just remove a couple ribs. That's all you got to do.
Man, he can do anything.
Go to the doctor, remove a couple ribs, or have Alfred do it. You'll be fine.
Maybe it's because they're broken ribs.
It could be. This was a better close-up of the Hagrid from Iron Studios, and I'm really excited they did a Harry Potter line. I think this is going to be real fun
Yeah, it looks cool.
for the Harry Potter collectors. But I thought the likeness is close. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
It's funny because the likeness looks more like the actor than the actor looks in the movies. With all the makeup on and everything. This looks more like the actor to me than he actually looks in the movies.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. This was the other one. This is, I think, Xiao Kahn from Mortal Kombat.
I think this is a really cool piece. I don't know much about Mortal Kombat, but I know a lot of people were excited about this piece. I think it looks fantastic.
It does. It looks cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a big piece, too, with the throne.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks good. Let's see. This I threw in there. Diamond Select announced that they're re-releasing some of the hard-to-find villains, which I was lucky enough to get the Mask of the Phantasm. But they're also coming out with a brand new one. So I thought that was really cool for collectors that are collecting this line.
That is cool.
There's Batman. I think it's probably the best of the three that they've done. We also got another half-scale bust. This was part of this line right here. And they announced a Wonder Woman. So I thought that was cool.
That is cool. By the way, did you guys see Jerry's response to our that wouldn't be a possible pose for Batman?
No.
He says, that's why you're not Batman.
Who said that?
Jerry Bourne.
Very boring.
Jerry Bourne. Hey, Jerry Bourne. Hey, Jerry Bourne. I don't know if you can see this because I can't see the screen, but Jerry Bourne, you just won the Dark Knight's medal right here. Can you guys see that on screen?
Nice. Here we go.
Jerry Bourne, you just randomly won a Dark Knights Metal Deluxe Edition hardcover. Get with me in Facebook, and we'll send that to you.
Congrats, Jerry.
Yep. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Good job, Jerry.
Yeah, awesome.
I threw this one in because this is the Hush bus, and these look good, guys.
They look awesome.
So I didn't order the statue, but I ordered the bust, and I want that bandage head on my bust. So if anybody's willing to sell their portrait, I'd be willing to buy it.
Good luck.
That was hard to get extra, wasn't it?
It was hard to get.
The bandage.
Yeah. Yep. You had to
It
get it
was
through
like
Prime
a
1
bonus
at a certain
thing.
time. I threw some photos here. This is some in-hand photos of the Sanity piece. I know Eric's getting the color version, but I think this turned out really nice. What do you guys think?
It looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks good. It really does. The unpainted version, this one, the smoke one, there's some pictures and some angles that to me it almost looks like those sandcastle competitions.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and I don't mean that in a bad way or disrespectful, because I mean that is a lot of artistic talent. So I mean, I just find it kind of neat to see something like that could almost, you know, if you had a sandcastle competition on the beach, someone could almost build the base on that.
Huge.
Yeah. So I've seen this in person, and the amount of detail that's packed into this and the paint blows away half of the 1/4 scale statues, or maybe even 1/3 that I've seen.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'm hoping the production lives up to the prototype, because the prototype blew me away.
Wow.
If anybody is wanting to sell this particular smoke version, hit me up. Hit me up. We also got some painted teasers here from Ang Sang, XM Studios.
Jerry Bourne is asking if you have secured the painted version, Chris. Of
I do have a potential painted version. I'm just trying to decide which one I like the best.
I think the painted would be my choice for sure.
I have the same basically display with all of my rogues in the case, and so I feel like the smoke one would be so different from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I am still looking. Yes. So these are the Samurai Penguin. Dan, seeing these in color, does that change your mind any on this guy?
You know why it doesn't, Chris? Prime 1's next level showcase.
Yep.
That's why it doesn't change my mind, because there are now
That's all you need to say.
2 or 3 new pieces that I didn't expect that I have to find space for.
So is this a no for you then, Dan?
This is a no for me. Yeah, I'm stopping with Harley on the Samurai line. So, yep, that'll put me at 4 pieces from the line, and I am still very, very much looking forward to Harley. And this piece looks outstanding. Prime 1 changed the game for me a little bit.
I'm just so curious about XM's Samurai take on Mr. Freeze and Scarecrow.
Yeah, that's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
Let's see. Probably had some more photos there. The paint looks good.
I mean, it looks incredible. These pieces are on a different level as far as detail. They just are.
Yep.
Those penguins with the Raiden hats are.
Yep.
They're good. We also have the reveal, the pre-order. I think it goes up tomorrow. The Arkham City. I've been kind of corrected. It's actually not Arkham City. It's somewhere between Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, or Arkham City and Arkham Knight. But it's version 7.43. But this one's up for pre-order. Looks good to me. I love this thing.
So are you selling your old one and picking up this one?
As of right now, no.
I agree.
I'm going to stay with my OG.
I think the base is too big on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's too big.
Yep, I totally agree.
Yeah, it's the size of the Catwoman base.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Too big. But the statue looks great.
Oh yeah.
This is just a teaser for everybody that's getting this statue. Look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That really is pretty cool.
Cannot wait.
Hey guys, I gotta head out. I gotta start getting ready and leave for work here in a few minutes. But Chris, thank you so much for having me, and I'll probably watch the rest of it when I get into work later.
Absolutely. Thanks for being on.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a great week. And hopefully I'll talk. Dan, I'll get you that info tomorrow.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
See you guys. Take care.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you. These are some in-hand photos of the Infiniti Studios Batman bust. I wanted to share these. I think these look incredible. One thing I wanted to point out, I don't know if you guys saw the cape.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like the cape. It looks terrible. It looks like a trash bag.
Yeah.
You know, do you remember when we were kids in the 70s when you would have those plastic costumes at Halloween?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
I hate to interrupt the bad cape discussion, but there's 230 in the chat.
You're kidding.
Nope.
Is that a record?
I think
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh my God. Guys,
must be all those Street Fighter pieces you're showing.
All right. So, Dan, since you just said that, no pressure, but I want you to pick a comment.
Okay.
They're going to win the Dark Days, the Road to Metal hardcover.
Road to Metal. Okay.
Right here. So somebody's going to win that, and you get to pick them.
All right.
Okay. And with that said, also, since we're over 200, I want to remind everybody we are going to be giving a statue away on the next show. Every time we get over 200, oh my God, I can't even think if we ever get over 300. But thank you guys so very much, everybody, for watching. You guys are all amazing. Thank you. That's awesome. 236.
Wow. Awesome. Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that's a good way to interrupt. I like that, Dan.
Maybe this is a prototype cape.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Okay, Chris. Chris, I'm going to go ahead and pick one. And this person's been active in the chat all night. And Elemento Popsicle just said, "Oh no, I haven't said anything interesting." They've been saying interesting things all night, so they won.
He's always in the chat.
Yep.
Yeah, he's always here. He's been around for a long time. Thank you very much. And I think he's even won something on the channel early on, if I remember right.
Oh, really?
You're disqualified now.
No, he can win. He can win. Anybody can always win.
It's been a long time, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, if you would please email me, because I can't remember if you're in Facebook or not. If you're in Facebook, message me. If you're not on social media, please email me at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com, and I'll get this sent out to you. So congratulations, guys.
Cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Congrats.
Let's get back to the bad cape, shall we?
Yeah, let's go to Bad Cape. There it is.
It's stained.
That has to be just a placeholder, right?
I would hope so.
It's awful.
I saw this piece over a year ago, and I don't think it had a cape. But boy, it's big with both of those arms. It's a really imposing piece.
It looks great without the cape.
Yeah,
It does.
But I just could not believe that cape when I saw it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
For something this expensive.
Well, it looks like they just unfolded it and slapped it on there.
Yeah.
I know I'm in the minority, but I actually like the tactical suit. I think it's cool.
I love the tactical suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the Justice League 131, but I don't like the pose as much as the regular Justice League, as the Batfleck.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, nothing's going to beat that Batfleck. Nothing's going to beat that.
It seems that
it's not as big either when it comes out.
It seems that Batfleck piece, especially the exclusive, has become a bit of a grail.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of people looking for that one.
Yep.
You never see it.
And there's a reason why. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a great statue.
I threw this in here again because this seems awfully familiar to me. Can't quite put my finger on it.
And Chris, yours will be that wide soon too.
Pretty much, yeah.
That'll
I
Did
have
you
to-
ever order? Sorry.
I'm gonna have to
Did
build a
you
new
ever order
case.
that new Joker?
I haven't yet. I'm still contemplating just getting it because I want to review it and I want to kind of compare it to see what it looks like in the case. But I just have this feeling that we're going to get a new Joker soon.
Me too.
So I'm kind of holding off a bit.
What about Robin? Are you getting him?
I think I'm going to try to pick him up. Yes. I think I'm going to try to review him. I have this idea for things on the side, like my heroes on the side. And maybe just limiting to Batgirl and Robin. Although if they did a Nightwing, that'd be kind of cool too. I think eventually I would have to probably have to resell them because just the space eventually. But I think it'd be fun to have for a while.
Yeah.
And I really like, especially the Damien portrait. I really like it. And I like the green ooze coming out of the barrel. I just think it's a fun piece.
It's cool.
It looked good in the video and the photos, the close-up photos.
I wish it was
Yeah.
a little cheaper.
Yeah.
What is it? 530.
He's small.
He's small. I can't remember the exact price, but it's in line with other PFs, and
Yeah.
it seems like you're getting less for the same money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
It seemed to be
we
about
go,
the
Jeff.
body was about the size of the Miles Morales
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point, Jay.
PF.
I'm going to put this photo as the thumbnail.
And the band.
Andy Van, that's right. I'm giving Jeff Delaney a hard time because how many views on that video, Jeff?
2 million.
2 million
Wow.
on his thumbnail. I know you said in the chat the other day you were looking for some close-ups of her face. So there you go. That's production, baby.
Yeah, the question that people have about this is whether the paint job is going to be like the prototype where her skin is quite red. This looks more like a regular tanned earthling female.
Yeah.
And I actually messaged Will Harbottle about it, and I just asked him if he had seen it, and he said he hadn't seen this particular production piece, but he had seen earlier production pieces, and he was very happy with them.
Okay, good.
It's kind of like the Starfire premium format. There was the same concern
Mhm.
Yeah.
because she's supposed to be a little bit more on the redder side.
Yeah.
And she did change a bit in production.
Yeah.
Her coloring looked different, very different to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the portrait is good here, which was the big
Yeah.
concern for everybody, I think.
Yeah, so
I think we can all agree there's not a lot to complain about on this statue.
if I'm not wrong, the nipple tassels are removable.
Oh, really?
I haven't heard that, but
I thought I
maybe
heard that. I thought
could be, but I haven't heard that myself.
I might have been dreaming. I thought I heard that.
Eric, and you're dreaming about statues.
But you know what? She looks.
The Janet Jackson Super Bowl halftime.
I think everything about this piece looks great. I think even the pillows look great. I think it's really cool. I don't know if we knew this before, but
Her dirty pillows.
the base is actually a celestial map. I thought that was really cool.
That's neat. And you're getting this one, right, Jeff?
Yeah,
Yep. What's your wife going to think about this one?
I don't know.
You gotta find
Ask
one
for
fourth
forgiveness
shirt.
later, right?
That's a December, January problem.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, it's been nice knowing you. Thanks for being on the show.
Maybe she'll keep Shibumi company in the storage locker. I don't know.
That's right. That's right. She is beautiful.
Yep.
I thought it was
I threw this one in. We're getting to the end. We're getting to the end here. This is a Kotobukiya. I thought this was kind of a neat statue, kind of a dynamic for them.
I like the shield effect.
Yeah, shield's cool. Go back to.
What size was the Captain America?
I think is it 1/6? I think.
That is cool.
Jeff, is the Batman who laughs, the Kotobukiya Batman who laughs, is that 1/6?
Yes.
It is. That's
So I think it's 1/6 then.
Yeah.
This was another 6-scale Death Watch Mandalorian. I know this got some attention from some collectors. Also a new art print. I know Mr. Default is very excited about this one.
Yeah, and that shows either this. It says October, November on the site, so this should be
quick.
Yeah, I have some art reviews to do, Chris. I have to review that other new Batman piece I have in.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of stuff to look at. I do want to tip my hat.
The Captain America is 1/6 scale.
Cool.
6. I was right. That's good.
Cool.
You didn't show that Wonder Woman by J&D.
Oh, there's no photos of her. There's only that little video. So yeah, I'll mention that. Why don't you tell us about it?
It's 1/3 scale. It's a new company out of Korea. They're the ones that did the Arthur Fleck Joker or Arthur Fleck statue that has incredible detail. And
with
like
no Joker makeup version.
Right, it's just Arthur Fleck. It's the frumpy guy.
Oh, right. Yeah, frumpy guy. Yeah.
And like you said, they released kind of a teaser video with just kind of a peek of the side of her face, and it looks kind of spot on. It's not sculpted hair; it's real hair or artificial hair, whatever. It looks really, really good, and I was very excited about it. And I looked up the price for the Arthur Fleck piece, which is I think $2,300.
Wow!
I was a little bit deflated because I assumed the price would be similar, but it looks like it's going to be really nice. I'm looking forward to a full review. Full reveal.
If she's fully sculpted, though, she might be a little bit cheaper. She did have that rooted hair, though. I mean, she did have, but you know, the Arthur Fleck has got a lot of fabric and stuff, so maybe that would increase the price.
Yeah, and it didn't show her with wings extended, and I'm wondering if that's going to be an option.
That suit has gotten a lot of different companies are doing that. Iron Studios, Hot Toys.
There's some half scales they teased.
Prime One hinted at one, or did they?
I think they did. They did. I think a half scale.
Quinn Studios.
Yeah, but I don't. I have a feeling this portrait is going to be better than what we've seen from the 1/10 and the 1/4.
Now they just need to. Yeah. Now they just need to release the damn movie.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Is it if it's a terrible movie?
Yeah. Right.
I mean, yeah.
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 It's crazy. I feel sorry for the theaters.
Yep.
But it is what it is. I think we're going to start seeing people finally saying, okay, enough's enough. We just got to start streaming and just let it be. Let that be it. But
the chat is asking, who is the Wonder Woman company again?
J&D Studios. You can Google J&D Studios Collectibles, or you can look at them on Facebook.
They are new.
They are. So, and they actually released 2 videos. The second video has a closer view of her costume from the front, and then it goes up towards her face, and you see from like the nose down. It looks really good.
Their artist is another female artist with the last name of Kim. Also, I can't remember her first name, but I thought that was interesting. So we have a couple of really talented Kims, which is great. But they are a new company. Where did we say that they were out of? I can't remember. One of you guys. Korea. Yeah. They are licensed. They say, and I haven't been able to confirm it, but they say that they are licensed in the United States and other places. They had like 30 licensed countries. So I would assume at some point you're going to be able to have access to these things. I don't know, but anyway, it'll be interesting to follow their career and see kind of where they head, because obviously I think they're going to be a contender right along with Queen Studios and Prime One Studios specifically for movie pieces.
Yeah, I think whoever is able to pull off the Gal Gadot face best will be the winner.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jeff.
Because if it's off, they can all get the suit right. But if the face is off, it's going to be a killer.
Yeah.
Rick says no love for the XM Batman Who Laughs. There is some love. I think one thing that's kind of hurt that piece is they've decided to pull it and tweak it. listening to fan feedback, which is always good. I also feel like seeing the Sideshow piece also come out at the same time, that's going to be some really tough competition there. But they're both very different. I mean, they offer two very different stories they tell. They're based off of two very different art or artists. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
Especially the price point, Chris, because you can probably bet it's going to be almost double for the XM piece, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Bourne is asking about the Batman slab behind. Yeah.
Yes, Jerry, we already talked about that.
Jeff, would you at least give us a close-up? Could you bring it forward for us?
Would you smell it for us?
Yeah, smell it for us.
Through the plastic?
Through the plastic.
Whatever works for you.
It is awesome.
That's awesome.
That is about as classic looking as you get.
So that's December, January, 1941, 1942.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff, what is the stand that you just put that in?
Oh, I bought this at San Diego maybe 5 or 6 years ago. It's really cool because it stands straight up, but it's just a plastic stand.
Yeah.
And then it's got a piece here on the bottom that comes out. Just slide the book in or out.
Wow, that's awesome.
Cool. Do you know do you know the company name by chance?
No, it was a number of years ago, and I'm not sure they sold very well. Their booth at Comic-Con was miles away from the Gold and Silver Age Pavilion, where it would have garnered a lot more interest. I'm not sure if they're still around, but yeah, they're great for displaying slabs for sure.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, before I forget, I do want to announce that in 2 weeks, we did back-to-back weeks this week. In 2 weeks, we are going to have a very special Halloween show. So that's going to be very, very interesting. So we're hopefully going to all be in costumes, and that'll be a lot of fun. I've got mine picked out already, so that'll be a good time. Maybe have some adult beverages and have a lot of fun that evening to celebrate Halloween. So our Halloween show will be there in 2 weeks. And apparently I have to do a statue giveaway that night. So I do imagine that. So I do want to thank everybody. And I think, what did we, 236? Is that what we said? It was the high?
Yep.
Yeah,
that's what I
think so. At one point, that was the highest number I'd noticed.
Okay. So I can't thank you guys enough. Over 200 strong still watching right now.
How many likes did we get?
Where are we at?
I'm showing 12, but I don't think mine.
On 125.
Yeah, 12.
Okay.
I think Levi said we were close to 100 at one point. I don't know.
I don't know why that doesn't change, but
I don't know.
I'm saying 125.
okay.
Somebody type in the likes in the comment. See if everybody sees the same likes. And if you haven't liked, make that number go up.
126.
Change that.
Oh no.
We want to
so we
change
didn't
that.
talk about Spectacular at all.
Oh, Spooktacular. That and I can't remember the exact dates, but it is earlier this year.
It's the 22nd through the 31st, so we'll be well into it when we do the next show. And it's interesting, yeah, it's 2 days longer this year than it was previously, which makes me wonder if they're making a bigger deal out of it this year. I looked at the last couple of years, and there's not a lot of reveals during Spooktacular. Last year we had the two variants, the Shadowlands Daredevil and the Psylocke repaint.
And those are really good.
But the only other reveal was the Avengers Assemble Black Widow last year. And the year before that, we only had the Iron Giant Cell variant and a 1/6 Ghost Rider repaint variant figure. So don't expect a lot of reveals, but they do a lot of stuff during Spooktacular. There's a scavenger hunt, there's giveaways, there's codes, reward
Codes, you say?
And then they usually do their second chance sale. So stuff that's apparently sold out magically reappears during Spooktacular in small quantities. So look out for that.
And those codes were harder to get than Beyonce tickets.
It's true.
Codes were definitely different. Obviously, Sideshow is trying to cap kind of what they're giving out. I had pretty good success. I probably had like 90% success. I know, Dan, you did not.
I did not.
No.
Bad timing. Just bad timing. And at a certain point, Chris, I gave up.
Dan and I were on the shit list.
Yeah, we were.
We were like typing in, and it was like,
yeah, I literally had at least 2 or 3 different times where I had got one code for either $2 or $3, and the next time I went to get one, put one in, it said I've reached my limit.
Mhm.
And I don't remember. It might have been Jeff Delaney that said, I don't know. Somebody said that it could have been $1 limit for the promotion itself as a whole. Could have been.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Was that? Oh, Eric.
Yeah, I think it's overall. So whatever the cap is on the code, if you don't get there in time, which is like 5 seconds,
Yeah.
it caps out, and they just tell you reached the limit.
Yeah. I mean, I got a few. You know, I
put in it was immediate.
They used to give you at least 10 minutes. They used to give you 10 minutes, and then people would complain about 10 minutes. Like, 10 minutes isn't long enough. We need more than 10 minutes. Everything expired. Now it's like you have like less than a minute or two to grab the code.
One thing I'll say about that. I'm always somebody that tries to see both sides of everything. That's the counselor in me. But I will say that we are in a global pandemic. Sideshow is a business. They've been hurt by this just like everybody else business wise. And it might not be as bad as we think or whatever, but I do feel like that's why they capped it. I feel like they are still trying to make it fun and trying to give back to the community. Again, it's free money.
Yeah.
Which you have to look at it that way. People might bitch and moan about changes, but at the end of the day, it's still free money that's going toward your statue purchase. So that's what I keep trying to think. It's like, well, even if I get $1, that's still pretty neat. I mean, it's still $1 off of something that I was going to spend out of my own pocket.
Yep.
Hopefully, once things get back to normal, if it ever does, maybe the codes will go back to normal too. We don't know. But I just want to say that because I feel like not everybody always thinks about that side of things or the business side. But I'm just thankful they gave us anything. And I don't remember how much I probably got $20 or $25, and that's maybe if you look at it, that's just like the $25 off they offer it all the time anyway. But it's still fun. It's still fun to try to get your codes in and I don't know. I still had fun, even though, could it have been better? Sure. But I still tip my hat that they're still giving away that stuff.
Yeah. I was saying the same thing about the reveals. It's been a little bit slower for Sideshow, but you got to remember they're a US-based company to where Prime One or XM or Iron Studios or Queen Studios, they're located overseas to where they're closer to the factories. They can have prototypes pumped out quicker than I think Sideshow would. And I think that's why we're seeing a little bit of things a little bit slower on Sideshows.
Yep, could be.
Point.
Yeah. It's hard to say. But I'm looking forward to Spooktacular. Obviously, we probably won't get any reveals that maybe I would be interested in. I know Jeff always loves all the variants, and so hopefully he'll
see something variants this time, even though they did the Batman this time.
I bet you there's 1 or 2.
Do you think we'll see a new reveal?
You got to get a purple Batman.
We got one reveal last year.
Yeah. Was that was a Psylocke?
Yeah, we got that. Like I mentioned, the Avengers Assemble Black Widow was revealed on the first day of Spectacular last year.
So I always feel like the big one, obviously, is the 12 Days of Sideshow, and that won't be too far from now. So I think we'll probably get new reveals, and I think talking about Daniel Bell, that's probably when we'll see a Daniel Bell reveal would be my guess at that event. But I'm still excited. I think it'll be fun. Again, it gives us something to think about, something to do, obviously something to talk about on Rogues Gallery Live. So, and it just makes collecting fun, even though it's not always exactly what we wanted. I know some people, Sideshow Con, we didn't get as many reveals as we maybe would have liked. I do tip my hat to Sideshow again. The quality is way better this time. And so that was nice to see. I feel like they could have shrunk it down to about 2 days, maybe 3. But we still all tuned in every day, you know.
We did.
We did. So it was a fun event,
It was
and
fun to talk about every day.
yeah, I think it was more fun than Sideshow Con, the original one.
Yeah.
I mean, that Batman who laughed, and Harley left. There were some good reveals. But again, Eric right here says Two-Face and Riddler. That's exactly what people wanted. So, or Nightcrawler. So when we get those, everything will be right with the world.
Yeah. No X-Men pieces.
So hopefully, Daniel Bell, if you're watching, yeah, Clayface, bring them on. Everybody wants them, but people have to.
Yeah, I did feel bad that there was the Wolverine and no other X-Men for everybody.
Yeah, we didn't get one X-Men reveal.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Oh, Chris, there's one other photo you didn't show, and that's the new Blitzway Marilyn Monroe. Oh
yeah,
and that one
looks really cool.
It looks really cool, and it's only $475 for a quarter scale.
And that's K.A. Kim again.
It is. Well,
yeah.
And is it? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's a bargain, I think.
Yeah, I think it's even better than the first one. It's certainly more iconic, that pose.
Yeah.
I mean, that.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Quarter scale?
Quarter.
No, did they do the, who is the other actress?
Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah. Did they do, are they the ones that did?
They did the one on the Vespa. On the Vespa, yeah.
Okay.
There's another one from Breakfast at Tiffany's, which is a different company.
Yeah. The one
those are good too.
Looked very realistic.
Yeah, that's Roman Holiday.
Really good.
That base is quite big. I remember seeing that in San Diego. It's a street base, but it's takes up a lot of space.
No kidding. If it's like the whole Vespa, it would be like that. Isn't that the same kind of scooter, the Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They did such a good job on that Vespa that Vespa owners convinced them to sell it on its own. So you can buy the Blitzway Vespa without Audrey Hepburn.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. They did such a good job on it.
That'd be
That's
cool.
really crazy.
You could do that and do a Batgirl.
Yeah.
Turn it into the Batgirl scooter.
That's awesome. Well, we've been going about 2.5 hours. Do you guys have anything else you want to say before we wrap it up for tonight?
Vote.
Looking forward to Spooktacular.
Yep.
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask.
Yeah, please.
Go vote. Absolutely. It's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. But again, I'm looking forward to 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from tonight. We're going to be having our special Halloween episode, so I'm really looking forward to that again. So definitely please join us. Visit Secret Sanctuary on YouTube. Congratulations to our 2 winners tonight. Maybe you can see it a little bit better now. The 2 metal covers.
There you go.
Awesome.
So again, either hit me up on Facebook or make sure you email me at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com, and we'll get that sent out to you hopefully this week. And thank you guys again so very much for watching. 236 of you means the world to me, and I know it means the world to these guys as well. So thank you very much. And as always, thank you for watching the show, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for Rogues Gallery Live. See you in the Batcave, everybody.